What's up?
What's up?
Hey, everybody. Oh, shit. I forgot about the smooth jazz.
We're all playing with carburetors.
Yes, carburetor night. Who all we got in here, honey? Lynn Sanders.
62. Gideon Kramer.
Who is that? I've never heard that name before. Hope you're not a bot. But if you're a new guy, hey, new guy, what's up? Jed's off on a business call, looks like.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, he's talking to Roseman, I think.
So how you guys been this week?
I just bought a carburetor, so I'm doing good.
I'm just putting one together, so I should be doing, I should be filming, but, fuck it, I'll do it on a live.
I just got a radiator installed in the Charger. Should have that video out tomorrow.
Oh, no. Oh, so it's actually installed.
Yeah.
How did it go?
Went well, actually. I had to do some small modifications to the bottom slots that the bolts go into. Had to widen them a little bit and make them a little bit deeper to make the top holes line up. But it installed nice.
Oh, okay. Hey, honey, go to brand. Scroll down. Music, there we go. What is no, keep going down. Go to Seasons 1. Yeah, play that. Now, okay, go back up to where out there. How's that sound, guys? Go ahead and go back to chat now.
That's fine.
Is that too loud?
That's good.
Yeah. Oh, hi, you're back.
I am back.
Yes, back.
I just pulled this nasty filter on this.
Oh, it's Brokeback Mountain time, I see.
It's not country music.
No more Nut 62 wants to know if all the cars are Holly.
I'm putting in
Yes.
silicone things.
I didn't even realize I wasn't even on the comment section. Oh, geez, there's a lot of people in here.
I want to apologize to everybody in chat. I can't see what you're writing because I'm currently photoshopping on the other screen.
What are you photoshopping, Jed?
Nothing. Nothing.
Jed?
No. Nothing.
Oh, you put a gasket on these too, didn't you?
Yeah, you take your accelerator pump and you cut out the actual pump piece.
Oh, okay. So these are ready to go now that I did that.
Yeah. Hey.
So that's ready to go back on, right?
Mine's empty. It don't make noise yet.
Everybody's building a carburetor but me.
Yeah.
I'm the carburetor guy here. And then
Or do you prefer a plastic float?
I prefer
Oh,
brass.
that's
Yeah. Tell him, Ryan.
That doesn't even sound good. It doesn't even make noise. It's just
Tell
were you
him,
supposed to tell
tell
me?
him what they did, Ryan.
about the floats.
Yeah.
Yeah, brass in the front, plastic in the back.
Oh, I've heard of that. People do that.
Well, the plastic has the cutouts for the jet extensions, and this I found does have jet extensions.
Yeah, the jet extensions only go in the rear.
Yep.
Don't put them in the front. It doesn't work too good.
I'm curious
What's
what
the point
size
of jet extensions?
Huh? Jet
What's
extensions.
the point of jet extensions?
Like
What's
for real?
What was the
real?
question?
What's the point in jet extensions? I don't know.
Oh,
To prevent fuel
what's
starvation.
the application for it?
Drag racing, hard acceleration, all the fuel will slosh to the back of the float bolt. So you put the jet, instead of being towards the front of the metering block, you actually squeeze it towards the back of the float. So that way your fuel can't slosh away from it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I actually like this music you picked out. Who picked it?
I think Brian.
Oh, I kind of figured that was a Sherry thing.
Maybe it was. I don't know.
It's kind of,
Brian picked it. He just told me which one to click on.
it's kind of slow kid rocky.
76 in the back.
I heard a twang. It's country.
It's very, it's good. It's got some country to it.
It's country pop. The worst kind of country.
Whoa, it is not country pop. There's nothing worse than that. And anybody who likes poppy country, I'm sorry, you have bad taste in music.
Oh,
There's only a couple of bands in country that I can stand, and as a general rule, I do not listen to country. So
all right. 70s in the front, 76 in the back.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, I was supposed to check to see if I had. I'll check it later. I still got the gas.
Getting into this country elevator music.
yeah, there you go.
Country elevator.
All right.
Country elevator music. There you go.
Well, I can't remember. Go back to the music. I gotta find the one Jed likes. It's under brand, yeah. Not those first two. Those get me copyright.
Ooh.
Not that one. Not that one.
That's how that show works.
Keep going down. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe that one. Maybe that Blue Mood. Try that one. The one right above the one we're playing. That jazz? Is that your smooth jazz?
You got Pepper in here.
There we go. Smooth jazz.
Pepper showed up for smooth jazz.
I still thought our Christmas Eve live was awesome.
It was perfect.
In the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night, we were tracking Santa and listening to smooth jazz. I can't like smooth jazz.
I can agree with William there, or William Sanders. He's
Yeah, I know not all country is bad, but too much of it is bad for me to even try to listen to it.
Pretty much to me, all country is bad. I didn't consider that.
No. Classic country, like 70s and older country, I don't mind.
Anything.
Like Conway Twitty and all them. Yeah,
Yeah, not which way you can suck it there.
I'll listen to them.
I'm with William. Hank Williams Sr. is about as new as it gets to me. Or Hank Williams Jr., I mean. Jr. Good old Bo Cephas.
Any of them fucking suck, but they're all a bunch of sister fuckers. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Yeah, you did.
Will sister fucker get me demonetized?
Yes.
I don't think it will.
Brian's worried about the music demonetizing him.
No, I'm worried about it saying sister fucker will get me demonetized.
That will definitely get you demonetized.
Your friends are the ones that are going to get you demonetized.
Whoa. What are you talking about, Sherry?
Not you, Jed.
Oh,
I don't know. Jed is the perpetrator of most of it.
what? Whoa.
You know,
No.
you watch
Why?
Jed's videos. You watch Jed's videos. You're like, oh, he's a good old wholesome guy.
He is.
I
Behind
would
the
never
scenes.
make a dick joke. Never.
No.
Can't
Your
fucking.
niece didn't give you anything that related for Christmas.
Too bad we can't show your niece's picture on here for Christmas, your Christmas present.
Oh, my niece's Christmas present.
With every kind of tape imaginable. There it is.
I didn't just look at it. Hey, Brian.
I can't see it.
Right there in the back.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Right
It's
there.
too dark. It's too dark for me to see. I barely see it.
Pepper, what are you eating? Whoa. What is that? You can't eat that. That's
What is she eating?
It's dookie.
a crimp connector.
Oh.
A heat shrink crimp connector.
Well, that's all right. That'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take that away from her. She'll find it. If she wants something, she gets it.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that.
So what's going on in chat? What's chat saying?
They're still discussing country music.
Oh, well, that's why it's going so slow.
By the way, because Brian, you said what you said about me, I am not sharing that project I'm working on.
You're not sharing what?
The Photoshop project.
Why not?
Because you insinuated that I have some kind of perverse, horrible sense of humor.
It's no worse than mine.
Oh, okay.
Really?
I don't have a sick, twisted sense of humor. Everybody here can vouch for me, right?
Yes.
No.
Ryan, you better watch it, boy.
They're gonna put me in timeout again.
I will.
Wow.
Are you serious?
But if you do, oh, Jason's Garage. God damn it, I got him on mine.
Hi,
There it
Anna.
is.
Oh yeah, Anna's in here.
Jason, send me a message on Facebook if you want to get in.
Jed. Anna just said in chat, Jed, ...
What? What did I do? What? Everybody wanted me to buy a truck, okay? I bought a freaking truck, okay? Get over it.
I didn't
No,
care.
everybody wants to buy it from you.
Yeah, I know.
You just bought a little baby pickup truck like an S10 or something, right?
Yeah, it was a little truck. Yeah.
No, it's one of those late
Like a
80s.
Dakota. Oh no,
Dodge.
it's a D50. He bought a D50.
I was just thinking that.
It's
No, he
big.
bought a first gen Dodge Dakota.
Brian would be all over me then.
I don't like the first gens, but first gens are too hard. You got to do work to put V8s in those.
Oh, nut. Come on, bro. Who said
What
it?
do you say?
You guys are so mean to me.
It's a D5000.
Dude,
They didn't make a 5,000.
it's
Well, I don't want to hog the live, so I'm just going to keep working
hog
on that.
alive. We're all just sitting there putting carburetors together, Jed.
Oh, Ryan just left.
We're all showing our work. Why don't you show your work?
Fine.
Or we'll have you pull out the airplane
Okay,
carburetor.
here.
Or we'll have you pull out the airplane carburetor.
There. Nice.
Yes.
I named it the Suede Grenade. I took Rob's name and I put it on the door. The Suede
Nice.
Grenade. Won't need this anymore. They wanted me to put the Barracuda on the back. I can't do anything about this giant block of dead space. Don't make fun of me for that. You guys made me do this.
Well, you gotta explain the story now.
I do.
Yeah.
Why am I going to explain the story? Why can't they wait for a video?
Well,
I say wait for the video.
I mean, I can go into it.
It's like 5 people, Jed.
19,
Thank you,
See,
Sherry.
5, 19, same thing.
18.
See, somebody
fine.
didn't tell a fucking story, and somebody said,
Fine.
"Fuck that! I'm going to hear the story."
Fine, I'll tell the story. Fine.
Thank you, Jed. He's big and he's red and he's my trenches.
Okay, fellers, we're gonna have a talk here.
Is it story time?
It's story time.
It's story
Alright.
time.
Yeah,
Story
put on my
time.
headphones.
I gotta have a video for story time.
Okay. I am not Jed. I'm Scott, because that's what everybody calls me on my videos. Okay. So we moved to this house in 1998. And it's been pretty cool living here for the longest time. Never really had an issue until the neighbor we've complained about before over there. See, we got an old lady neighbor over there. She's super cool. And then we have that neighbor over there who really doesn't like noise at all. Most of it, he just doesn't like us. And his most recent endeavor with that neighbor landed us cops called and a 6-hour investigation while Brian and Sherry were visiting, a warning and threat of a ticket and court date and all sorts of crap. Like, it was getting bad, like really fast. It went from like calm, kosher, cool to really bad. So Dad and I decided, instead of trying to deal with this guy, we are going to just see about moving. We can't really afford to move. We don't want to move, but this is never going to end. On the short note of the story, luckily, me and the neighbor over there actually quelled our beef for now. We are cool again, but we still want to move. Not really. We don't really want to move, but we want to move. So we went to go look at this property on the north end of town, which is outside the city limits. Pretty good property, 5.5 acres. And what's cool about the property is actually it belonged to my Uncle Roger, my great Uncle Roger. And this whole area was called Scott's Corner. It still is. There's a tire shop that he started as a service station back in, I think, the 50s. And Dad used to work there as a kid. We went to go look at this property today, and there's an old Dodge truck, and I've seen it before. 800 series LCF, low cab forward truck. Always wanted one. Dad and I have always dreamt of one, but they're always either too far away, too broken down, too much money, blah, blah, blah. So we got done looking at the house and everything and decided we like it enough. We can fix it up. We got some work to do. And the old lady who owned the place came home, and I introduced myself. We had to talk, and I was like, that old truck wouldn't happen to be for sale. And she goes, yeah, it is. I was like, oh, how much is this truck? And she tells me $1,000. And I couldn't beat the boner off of me fast enough to get out $1,000 basically. It's got a 413 big block in it, all the truck stuff, all the big stuff. It's a big heavy duty truck, grain truck. And
You have some other pictures of it that aren't Photoshop?
yeah.
And you'd be willing to share.
Yeah. I just got It's a 1961 model. So we got, that's one of the shops right there. That's as the truck looks right now. And we're probably going to get it running again in that condition and help us move. But
That's actually awesome.
Garage with that, one load.
But that is going to become a ramp truck. It's not rusty. It's not too bad. 413 truck engine. And I was actually just talking to Tom Roseman. He said that's got a 2-gear gear drive, rotator cup valve system. That engine is literally built to last forever. That engine is twice the engine we have in our cars. It is designed just to work.
Yeah.
A lot of special stuff on that thing.
I love that emblem.
I do too.
What emblem? Go back. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Interior's a little bit ratty, not too bad. It's got the swing out fenders, cool ass dash, 2-speed rear end, air brakes. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. Yeah. You gotta pose for photos and stuff. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, the swing out fenders is the coolest part of these trucks.
Yes, that is awesome.
And then the hood still opens on its own. So yeah, we're all really excited. And by all of us, I mean mostly me. Dad's really excited too, but
That's awesome.
yeah, I'm pretty excited.
I'm surprised that looks like a GM alternator.
It doesn't surprise me. That's probably one of the big industrial alternators I had to put on the police
That's true.
vehicles.
Yeah. It's probably like a 200 amp alternator or something.
Yeah, that's true.
Those are original Mopar spark plug wires. Those orange ones, I've seen those before.
So you just gonna get it running and just run the shit out of it, or are you gonna do some work to the motor before it's a ramp truck? You know, like gaskets and shit like that, or?
Oh, probably will do some gaskets. Look at there. Those guys. Those can't be flathead screws. There's no way.
That's what they look like.
But yeah, I'm pretty excited. It's got a big old air pump on the opposite side of the engine right here.
What's that for?
Oh, the air
Air
system.
brakes. Yeah, air brakes.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah. Oh, Ryan, you're missing the photos.
Oh, sorry.
I story time.
That's cool.
Yeah.
He's gonna get timed out for not participating in story time.
So this shop, we were talking about this in our Discord. So this is one garage. And then this is a whole nother separate deal. And we're talking about maybe potentially knocking this wall through its non-load bearing. And then all the concrete in this side's kind of broken. Get rid of it all and then concrete the whole floor and then bring a step out, a pad to work on.
Dang it, I missed a spot.
Look at the little baby exhaust tips. Look at those cute little things.
That's funny.
Yeah. Okay. That is my new truck. Everybody's always giving me shit about buying a truck. I bought a truck.
Definitely cool.
Definitely.
I was just cleaning
Yeah.
carburetor parts.
I wonder what people are saying. I can't even see chat. I should probably pop that up.
Here, if anybody's got any comments on the truck.
Almost bought one of those trucks once.
I'm gonna pull up chat so I can read it.
Okay.
So if anybody's wondering how to clean a carburetor, dish soap and a toothbrush works pretty good.
What are you doing to your poor carburetor? You just bought that.
That's just cleaning the bowls. I was just cleaning the bowls. Like, these are nasty. This one, really bad.
I'm gonna yell at you for doing it wrong.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't know what the tonnage is.
I imagine it's at least a 1.5 ton. I would imagine.
Oh, it's got to be more than that.
Oh my god, yeah. That's a semi. That's what that is.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. I didn't check the tags or nothing on it, so I can't tell you what the actual weight is on it.
The GBW.
Yeah. I didn't look. Can I turn the bed red?
You want the bed to be red?
No, I'm playing with these Photoshop tools. So I don't know what half this stuff does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Brian heard the word red and lost it.
Yeah, fucking red. What?
I can't get the I can't get the color to change.
These are why you can't have nice things, Jeff. You paint
it
everything, you want everything to be red.
Hey Jay, can you get? Yeah, I can get chem dip. I just refuse to use chem dip. It destroys the finishes on carburetors. I use a mixture of gas and ATF when I do carburetors. Williams got some really kick-ass ultrasonic cleaners he's found on Amazon. I might invest in one. The Harbor Freight ultrasonic cleaner sucks.
The ultrasonic cleaner solution that I have is actually green, and it's actually biodegradable. It doesn't have petroleum products in it.
Does it smell like Simple Green?
No,
Huh.
no, it doesn't really smell like anything. It's just green cleaner.
What?
When you get it on your hands, you can definitely feel it having a film on your fingers, but it's not toxic, and it's biodegradable.
Okay, let's try Jezebel's rear end purple.
It's not Jezebel either.
I'm
That's
trying to
the
figure out why it's colorizing the whole thing.
Yeah.
I just wanted to colorize this piece.
I don't know, but it's kind of cool looking.
It was kind of cool. It's got a 2-speeder, and yes. Dad is handling all of this stuff of the truck. I'm handling all of this stuff. And then we're going to be building this together. The wedge. Which this wedge is actually off of a freaking... I can only find one wedge bed on the internet I like. And it's on this toy. Because that's what I want. I don't want a flat wedge. I want
It's
a
actually
nice
a Dodge
sharp...
too.
It is a Dodge, yeah. I wanted an old school sharp wedge because I want it to meet the contours of the truck. It's got to look right. And I'm pretty okay with this so far. Trying to get the proportions right with the Barracuda.
I'm glad everything's working out for you.
Well, kind of. It's the money thing is still...
Yeah.
We got to work on that part.
Money comes and goes.
It's true.
It goes easier than it comes.
Hey, Ryan?
That's what she said. Oh, look, John Wilmer comes in just at that moment.
Like clock.
All right, I'm going to stop screen sharing so we can all talk.
Okay. What do you think about that truck, John?
That is cool.
Thank you.
I almost bought it was a 71, and I don't know what size it is, but it still had the regular 71 cab, except it was stretched upward, and it had the Dayton hubs, and it was bigger than a ton truck. It had the 2-speed rear, long wheelbase. It was a ramp truck. It was cool. I got to thinking about how much of a job that is with the 2-speed rear and all of that. Nah, probably shouldn't.
I totally get it. God dang it. Wrong.
It is cool though. It looks very 60s nostalgia with the steep ramp. Really cool.
That's what I'm
I
headed.
want a ramp truck. But my problem is with a ramp truck, even though I really want one, I'm probably going to get one, is when you're not hauling a car on it, you really can't do much with it.
That's yeah. See, that's the dilemma. As cool as those old ramp trucks are, they look super awesome. Like nothing's cooler rolling in the gate of the track than a ramp truck like that, right?
Yeah.
But you don't have any utility. I mean, you have a little bit of utility, but like you don't have nearly as much utility as, say, a van or a quad cab with a trailer. There's a lot more utility to either of those.
Yeah.
So,
But,
That is
you
fair.
know, when you got a YouTube channel and if you're out constantly picking stuff up,
yeah.
I guarantee that truck of his, that truck he just bought, that'll drag just about anything out of the woods.
I would not be surprised if I have a ramp truck before it's all over, but it'll probably be something pretty conventional like the 72 to 80, somewhere in there.
The
Something like
Dodges are
that.
hard to find. They made a shit ton of Chevy and Ford ramp trucks, but the
Yeah.
Dodge ones are hard to find. I guess it's just like everything else.
Yeah.
The Dodge stuff is just more rare.
It would just be cool if there was a if there was an old Dodge Ram truck here locally. It would be really hard for me not to buy it.
Yeah.
I just think they're too cool.
Oh God, I'm getting lost in this Photoshop thing.
Then you'd have to bring your car to your own event.
Well, I know. I just there's too much to do that.
I don't know, man. What if you just like if you weren't racing it? What if you just brought it and parked it?
Well, part of the problem is I bring a whole van load of stuff, right? So
Yeah.
I'll bring that to start with. And then it's like, well, okay, do I crash there or not? If I crash there, will people let me crash there? I don't know.
That's all fair. I get it.
I get it. It's just somebody, okay, remember the old days? Somebody has to take the picture, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm that guy. So, and I'm fine with that. Here's what it is. I have a good time with it.
Well, you look like you're having pretty much as good a time as the rest of us last year.
Yeah, I had a good time. It was busy. I want to have more free time this year, but it was a good time.
Well, maybe with adding the extra day on, getting tech all taken care of.
Extra day for me means I'm going to be getting there on. Oh gosh, extra day for me means I'm getting there Tuesday.
Oh, I figured it'd be like the Saturday, like Sherry said, the Saturday before.
I was there. Yeah, I was there Tuesday last year. It's a week for me. It's a whole week
Yeah.
on the ground.
Well, I know for one, I appreciate it. I appreciate what you do.
That was
Thank you.
a fun deal.
You know what? A couple of us were talking about that event, and it was good to see people. We had the right crowd there. We didn't have any problems with anybody. That to me was the thing you don't know about. But this year, it's like if we can do that again, and if it scales up, fine, and if it doesn't, that's fine. As long as we just have that those people that were there were great. That's all we ask for.
If you do, if it does the same as it did last year,
I'm happy.
it'll still be one of the bigger events out there.
I'm happy with that. But I think it'll be bigger. I mean, everything is showing me we got a lot more registered than we did this time last year. The No Name 500 is smaller, but that's because you had a backlog of people, and since a lot of those have graduated, like for instance, Dust Devil Garage cannot register as a No Name 500 this year.
Nope.
So the No Name 500 is smaller, but it's still going to be really healthy. Lots of cool guys getting in that, lots of brothers, lots of young people in the No Name 500. So all that's good. I like it. It's a good thing.
I'd like to see, it's not anything you control by any means. I'd like to see someone like Dylan McCool show up. I think he would have had a good time.
We got a lot of big channels that are just that are interested. I mean, we'll see. I know one thing. I had some decisions to make about what to do about big channels last year, and I think I made the right call, and it'll play out how it plays out. But I know one thing. We have exactly the people I want to be there came last year, and I hope they all come back. And if we have more cool people that are like the cool people there last year, they're welcome.
Hopefully we get more of the same kind of people. I think
Exactly. That's fine. I will not go 1 inch out of my way to get somebody who is not cool or a problem. I don't need their registration if they're a problem.
Yeah.
I do not.
Well, the other thing is you don't need to beg people either.
Absolutely not.
You
That's
just
true.
you proved last year that you
No.
don't need to beg anybody
Oh,
to show
no.
up at your event.
No. The only thing I wanted to do last year, though, and you guys will get this, having been there and done that, you'll get it. If you don't push people a little bit to rally around a common time frame for a goal, they won't do it. And then it becomes next year, one of these years, one of these days.
Oh yeah.
And so to get the turnout we needed, you really had to push for that time frame. Because without that, that's how it turns. That's how you centralize people. You get them rolling on that one common time frame. And that's why I have this, because on this day at this time, and it waits for nobody, and that's why we got everybody there. We had to make it like, you know what, there may not be a second one. If the first one's not good, there won't be a second. And that's why, but when you have that much success the first time, that's what motivates people to turn out the second. That was the purpose. And I think it worked. And so, yeah, we do intend to run this every year, but we want people to put their best ideas, their best efforts, their best projects at the tip of the spear and live like we might not have another year to do this, because if we do that, we're going to continue to get our stuff done, our projects move forward. And
Well,
that to me is
that's
what
another thing.
works.
If you just sit and think about it, there's no way to actually quantify it, but how many people actually got a project done or made a lot of progress on a project because of your event who wouldn't have normally? I'm one.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, and you have the cars when you're done. It's not. I mean, that doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard Bigfoots and Mopars is going to be there.
Oh yeah.
You at work, Mark?
He's not working this weekend, I don't think.
Well, get him a damn invite.
I'll send him the link right now. Heck yeah.
Get on it, Ryan. Damn.
Mark was the reason that I was there last year.
Get to it. William, stop showing off.
I love nylon sealing washers for this stuff right here.
Those, I like those.
Yes.
I don't use the paper ones.
Mark, I sent you the link to join in Telegram.
Bigfoot Mark was asleep at the switch. He was like the 40-something channel to register this year.
I haven't registered yet, but I will on my next paycheck.
Oh, yeah.
Neither am I.
We know William's going to bring it.
Is there any ways where I can be car number 68?
We'll get into car numbers soon. We're working toward it. But Jed must have just like had his finger on the nuclear button. He was in the top 10.
We were on the live.
Jed registered 8th.
What
Jed was
was that?
8th to register.
What was that? Somebody said it in chat, and Jed's like, "Oh, registration's open." Pick up his phone. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I'm
Yeah, I
going.
was surprised. I thought that was cool.
Hey, I had enough fun at the last event. I built a freaking race car to go racing, mainly just for No Name next
He
year.
did not beat Jay from Rapid Transit, but Jay was not first. Jay was trying to be first.
Who was first?
He did surprise you. Who you think was first?
I would have said Jay. Jay's the only one I could think of.
Jay or Jay?
No. Actually, they're not from America.
Oh, really? I know who. I got an idea. I'm not going to say it, though.
The first registration was international.
I think I got an idea.
This guy was really sneaky. He used the old Square site link and found that I had the website wasn't refreshed, but if you had the direct link to the card items, he could see where they were new. He figured it out. A few people figured it out.
I want to say it, but I also don't want to spoil it. I think I got an idea. I'll just text you, Wilbur, and I'll see if I'm right.
Jason beat Jay this year. Yes, Jason beat Jay.
Jay.
All right, let's see Jed's guess.
I'm sorry I'm texting with one hand. I old man.
That's okay.
text.
We'll see. We'll see Jed's.
It's either this guy or a buddy of mine in Britain, which I don't think he does. Okay, should be headed your way.
Okay. Let's see here.
I know he wanted to come last year.
All right. Jed has made his guess, and it was a good guess, but no.
Oh, man, who else could it be?
This is Patrick Woods' guess.
Oh, damn it.
Is it somebody?
That was my
is it
guess.
somebody down under?
Oh, you had one guess. You had one guess.
Yeah, I did it again.
What'd you do?
I put all the floats in these carburetors, and there's not a GoPro in sight.
Lord have mercy on you.
Well, I did it. At least I did it on live. You know, I think I'm going to start every time I come out here to work on a car. I'm just going to fire up a live. I bet that would help me when I put stuff down. I could ask, you know, when I lose it, I could just ask Chad, "Hey, where did I put that?" And they'd be able to tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm here to pop up the answers.
Yeah. Well, you're always here when I'm here anyway. Oh, I haven't shown this yet.
No, yeah.
Here's some breaking news, guys. I changed the valve covers.
I do like
I'm trying to
these.
go more old school with
Nice.
Nathan Thompsons
I see.
than with those fabricated ones. They're still purple though.
There we go. That's
All right, I won't wrap the other header on the live. I'll save that.
Just wrap it. You know you're going to.
Are you gonna show the wrap one?
I already showed the wrap one. I guess not everybody's been what's in here. Oh no, I didn't show the wrap one on live. I showed
No,
it
you
before.
In the bathroom.
Old rusty header. Not
It actually
old
looks a lot
rusty
better.
header. And doing that is not as easy as it looks, and it is not something to do if you have arthritis, because that ends up hurting.
Jay's shop's completely torn apart.
Why's your shop torn apart? Hey, you got a car you're doing stuff to your car for this year, aren't you? We need to figure out. I need to figure out how to get the link to some people. I don't have. You don't have Jay on Facebook, do you?
I do.
Oh, send him a link. See if he wants to come in.
Okay. I'll pause my
Team effort. Team effort.
I said, well, hurry.
Yeah.
I have everybody's number. I'm the switchboard if you want it.
Oh, I was going to ask you, and I tried to ask.
Question.
No, what? I can't read it real good.
Question from my part, guys. I put my 65 yard into the shop today, and it melted and left a blue stain on my shop floor. You know why you use watercolors to paint their cars?
I have never heard of that before. John, I was trying to ask during the live, but it was busy. Pete, is he the guy for Jeffers?
No.
Is that where he normally
No,
is at?
there is no guy for Jeffers. That's why we bring in Deet. I have a friend named Deet. Deet.
Deet.
He lives in Illinois, and he's the He's the AHRA tech official.
Where in Illinois?
What's the name of that place? Gibson City.
Huh. Damn.
I sent
I was,
the
hoping,
invite.
I was hoping that he was the tech guy out there all the time.
Well, he's going to be the tech guy for the No Name Nationals, but not all the time out there. No.
Yeah, I just thought that he was.
We got it. Mr. Foot.
This camera's going. You gotta wait for him to
Mr.
show up.
Foot.
There he is,
Maybe.
loading eventually.
Well, because I plan on testing down at Sykeston a couple times. So I figured if he was going to be the one there, I'd know right away. You know, if my car passed him, you know.
Hi, Mark.
Hello, Mr. Foot.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Mark, yep.
Hey.
Gonna
Hey.
try to set up where you can see the chat.
You know what I'll do, John, is I'll probably just go up to Gateway on a test night. They have the NHRA guys. If it'll pass tech for the NHRA guys, it'll pass it out down there.
Okay, now I gotta figure out what's going
You're
on.
live.
AHRA is a little more lenient on roll bars, a little stricter on helmets.
I think I
There's
just messed it
little
up.
differences, but
What did you do?
Hi, Jay.
There we go. How you doing?
Hey,
There he is.
Just cleaning the carburetor.
How you guys doing?
Hey Jay,
Are you guys both going to Indy this year?
Yep.
Good.
How you doing?
I actually need to go to ND this year. I called.
Yes, we are.
City. I called Sled City and ordered some fiberglass bumpers, so he's going to take them to Indy, and I'm going to pick them
Oh,
up
so
there.
you're going to be there too.
Yeah.
So, question: how many people here are going to be at Indianapolis for the Indy Swap in March?
I'm going. Jason's going.
You ought to go,
Oh,
John.
everybody but Ryan. I'm planning on going this year. I've never been.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
gonna love it.
No, you should
We
go.
definitely need
I'm going to be there on Friday.
It's like heavily delayed,
And I think Mopar Jeff 604 is going to take two.
You
Mark, you need to bring
You're
the
better.
better.
Yeah, that's better. Yep. There we go.
Mark,
What?
if I can't get my dad to go to Indy, maybe I'll ride with you if it's cool.
Yeah, absolutely, Ryan.
Mark, you want me to bring them headers to you?
To Indy, yeah.
Okay.
I got to go put money in my PayPal though, because Sled City, I guess, doesn't use that he prefers PayPal or what other pay thing. But anyway,
He only does stuff for older cars too, doesn't he?
yeah.
He won't
But
have
I know
nothing.
Jed does PayPal too, so I was going to put in money for those headers, Jed, and then
Okay.
send them for you.
Doesn't Sled City go up to like 66?
You know, they've done some stuff for like 67 and 68 Barracudas on that Mopar Nation channel. He
That's right.
built a lot of parts for their Barracudas.
Are they
That's
good
right.
quality?
But I think he specializes in early 60s stuff.
Yeah, he specializes in early A and early B. Larry Augustine is his name. He's super cool.
Or if he makes anything for 66 Belvedere.
Yeah. Makes a lot for him.
Yeah.
I think the super stock scoop they had, I think he's got. I think I seen it when I was there.
Yeah.
I have one. I bought one of his A990 style or the RO style scoops for my Dart. I haven't put it on yet, but it's guys are working his.
I want a front bumper for this.
Hey, Johnny.
If anybody knows where I could get a 73 to 76 fiberglass front bumper for my Duster.
Do they make them?
Yeah, they make them, but I would rather not spend that much money on one.
Well, and the reason I ask is because if you look at my car back
Gotta
in the
get,
day,
make it a tripod.
they put a 70 to 72 bumper on the front.
Oh, you know, they
You
got
had
more than it.
It had a fiberglass 70 to 72, and so it almost comes out flush with the beak because it was flat across.
Yeah.
See that?
Uh-huh.
That's what they did, and so if I want to put it back the way it was, that's what I've got to do.
Just that. Yeah. I just didn't. Yeah, no shit. I know it. I just didn't.
I mean, I'll run without a front bumper. I don't care, but
Sure, it looks good without it.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
That's how mine ran the last incarnation, was without a bumper.
I've even
God,
seen
man.
guys. I've even seen guys make like a sheet metal panel.
It ran with no front bumper.
I like that scoop. You gonna put that scoop back on there?
Yeah, buddy, it is. I know exactly the part number.
Brian, you still have that glass fender that came from me?
Yeah. Does the guy have the other one?
To be quite honest, I completely forgot about it, so I'll have to inquire.
If you got the other one, I'd love to have it.
Yeah, I'll have to check with him. That came from Kyle.
Yeah, find out. I mean, seriously, if he's got it, and figure out what he wants for it or anything, and
yeah,
then you can bring that to Indy.
Yeah.
I think we got that fenders back there.
This guy I got that from, he has a plethora of just strange and odd NOS stuff. And every once in a while when I go over there, he just gets tired of looking at things and he fills my truck.
So,
That's a good deal. That sounds like stuff I usually find.
You said drive, right? Yep. Yeah. So it was that like burgundy colored glass fender that I got. So yeah, we'll see if he's got it.
Ron Burgundy, don't shit.
Close enough.
I'm done, Brian. I finished it.
My buddy Dennis gave me this.
Which scoop is that, Brian? Who makes that?
I have no idea. I think it's one of the old, because it's not fiberglass.
Hardwood, I think.
It's not fiberglass. It's like plastic.
Need some bifocals, damn it.
I think it's. I honestly think it's one of them that came from. What was the name of that?
Hold it up for a profile for a minute.
Like this?
Yes. No, like that. It looks. I can't really tell it all. It almost looks like an MAS Racing, but it's a little too short. I'm trying to find the exact scoop that was on mine, and somebody took it off.
That one's taller. That
No,
looks
it-
like the
no,
one that.
It's not. It's an illusion. It's because he had the center of the hood painted. If you look closely,
Oh, okay. I was
You
going
look
to say
closely,
that
it's not
looks like the
taller.
one that Chris Albrecht had.
no, they
Chris
make them in
Albrecht had a scoop.
they make them in 3-inch, 5-inch, and 7-inch, and this is the 3. And I want to put that back, but I may need more height.
If I wouldn't have scored the tunnel ram for this, that was going on this car.
Well, they ran this with a tunnel ram, but it was really, really close. So
Yeah, I just like this with a tunnel ram.
I definitely,
Big shiny butterfly.
it's going to be close.
Jeff has his Duster, but it was all part of a hood. It was all like a one piece. Well, actually, the top flat part was separate, but it was like a 2-piece lift-off hood.
I have a Challenger hood that's fiberglass that has that scoop on it.
Didn't Harwood make those?
On your truck, honey.
I'm sure a bunch of people did, but I know I've seen a bunch of hardwood decals on those.
No, I don't think it'll work because your truck's going to have the bird bath hood, and I don't think there's enough space between the two indents for that scoop. I'd have to look at a bird. It would look cool if there was enough room. Be perfect for it. Yeah, is Roy in here?
Not yet.
Need Roy to go measure the the width between the two dents on the bird bath
Oh, we
scoop.
can do that next weekend.
Well, yeah, we're going out there next weekend. I'm gonna do a rescue video, hopefully, on that truck.
We should have a pull off between the two trucks.
No, no. Because mine's probably that, or hers is probably just gonna get a motorhome 440 in it.
Well, mine's a Mine's a truck 413. You got me by freaking 30 cubic inches.
No, I don't think so, Jay.
Yeah, and 2 points of compression.
Oh, I'm sure that big truck engine ain't got much compression.
I doubt that her truck will be able to pull yours with it in neutral.
I don't know. That'd be kind of interesting.
Well, Jed didn't say what gear that he would be in, so.
Yeah, all he's got to do is put it down in low, low, low. I'm sure that's got some granny ass low gears in it, and
Just
then
creeps
with
along.
the 2-speed rear end.
I wonder if I could get that thing done in time for No Name, make it all roadworthy. On it down
That would
the
be.
track.
I don't know. You built a goddamn blown race car in a matter of fucking months. Made me look like a piece of shit.
4 months.
4 months.
It would be cool if you could get it done that quick.
I
But
probably,
man, that thing would probably suck to drive that far.
it won't be that bad. What did people back in 1961 do? They drove their big truck.
Yeah.
That's one of them you could fire up and put in low gear in the hay field and just have it creep along, and you just jump out and you throw the hay in the back of it.
That's the way my tin grill is with its granny gear.
Yeah, I almost went out and started that the other day.
Bucks. I think he's looking for fiberglass. Oh, yeah.
Mark, you need to do a cold start. Sitting for months. Cold start.
It's probably got a couple inches of snow on it, too.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So what does everybody think of the prices these cars are going for at Meekum?
I don't watch Nico.
You don't watch Meekum? I didn't watch Meekum either, but they were going all over Facebook. So
Hey,
Oh yeah.
hey, Jay, check this out. So these people that complain about the prices cars bring at auction and say, "Oh, it's ruining the hobby because they're bringing too much." Okay, would you sell your house for what you paid for it 5 years ago? I bet you'd be happy to see a bidding war on your house, wouldn't you? You would take somebody offering $50,000 over list and $100,000 over appraisal, wouldn't you?
oh yeah, there was
If somebody says, "Okay, I paid $300,000 and I can get 500 list, and people are going to bid it up to 6," but you know what? Nope, I'm going to sell it for 3 because I'm principled. The guy who does that, I will let him tell me that stuff's going for too much at car auctions.
You know what?
it was
There's
crazy.
A lot
There
of
was
them guys out there that if you were to put in like I know that there's guys out there. I know there's guys out there doing it with the Corvettes. They will build a car for that auction, and they take a loss on it, on shop time and stuff, just so they can bring in other business. But people still see a $300,000-$400,000 car. But guess what? With their shop time and parts and the original price of the car, they're still taking a loss of like $300,000.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. There was a Sassy Grass 71 Duster 340. I guess last year it sold for 43,000, and this time around, I think it was what 70-some thousand.
Yeah, it was like 69 or 79.
The only problem I have with that is you get a bunch of people who see that, and then they look out on their back 40 and they got one of these sitting out there and it's the same shape as that car. And they're like, well, that one's got to be worth 20 then.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
That was a special car that went. So you'll end up with about 6 months after that happens, a bunch of stuff on Marketplace way overblown, but then they realize they can't sell it for that and just don't.
Yeah, my dad fell into that trap when he had his 71, 72 Chargers, and when the 68 to 70s were starting to fly across the market for big money. He's like, well, I got a Charger, so
Yeah, it's the same thing.
A little bit different.
Yeah, a little bit.
I got a Charger too. I got an 06 sitting out there. Is it going to go for the same price as the 68? I don't think so.
DNR, you don't need a roll cage until you're $9.99 or quicker if you have the factory steel floor and firewall. And that's in all 3 sanctioning bodies.
I forgot to ask John in live the other night if I need any safety harness or anything for my racing lawnmower.
For your racing lawnmower, how quick is it? You know what? I actually talked to Dallas about doing mowers, but he got all worried that somebody would come in there and bring some 100-mile-an-hour ringer, and he saw what people are doing with fast mowers, and I'm like,
well, that's another thing too, though. There's a lot of people that interchange roll cage and roll bar. There's a difference.
You know what? I bet you that there are, for every person who says, you know, my car's fast enough to need a roll cage, probably 20% of them actually are. There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to put a roll bar in this because I know NHRA it's 1150 in the quarter. If you go 1150, you need a roll bar.
AHRA skips the roll bar and goes straight to the cage because it's such a short break.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a little bit of difference. So AHRA is slightly more lenient on cages and bars, slightly.
I just want to see Ryan break down and put a roll bar or subframe connectors in a Mopar.
Nope.
It's always good to do the subframe connectors. You'll be amazed how nice that car is once it's got subframe connectors.
Well, I'm putting the subframe connectors that you gave me into the Belvedere, probably, Mark.
Okay.
Those bolt-ins.
They were a pain in the ass, but I like the ones I put on this. They were just hell. It took me a month to weld them up because I could only stand being underneath the car welding for like half hour at a time.
How well did they fit, Brian?
They actually fit really good. Now, what they say though, and I read it on the website, and it's what I did was basically you get them in there, you get them tacked in where they're right, and if you got any big gaps, just knock the floor down into it. It's real easy. I had to do a little bit of grinding, nothing major. I mean, if I could get them in there and in there tight with zero experience doing it, then yeah, they fit pretty good.
Is that the U.S. Car Tool ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jezebel went from you'd open the door with it up on jack stands and you couldn't be able to shut the door before. And after I put the U.S. Car Tool frame connectors in, the car could be jacked up as high as you wanted to, twist it up, and that door was still shut just like it was sitting on all fours. I don't see any reason not to do subframe connectors. Putting any kind of hot motor in there because it makes a world of difference on the ride.
I definitely want to put subframe connectors on my Charger.
Well, Ryan doesn't put springs in the Belvedere because he doesn't want to do the spring tensions on the front.
Yeah, I don't want to do the.
You're not going to put coilovers on it?
What the? No.
You're not going to put coilovers on the front?
I don't put A body parts on a B body. That just devalues the B body.
What doesn't Brian want to put on his car?
He doesn't have coilovers.
Super stock springs on a B body, you have to have that front hanger thing on it. He refuses to put that on his Belvedere because it's an A body part.
I'm sorry, Ryan.
I was going to give him leaf springs out of the jack pine, the ones we replaced, but he doesn't want them because he'd have to put the extensions on there.
That is.
He bleeds Mopar.
I might do the trick where I put a Dodge front hanger on my Plymouth, then it'll give me an extra inch of room in the front of the wheel well to work with. I might do that.
See, that's what I'm wondering with that.
Because the crappy tires that are on the car, I don't even know what size they are. I haven't even looked. It's just some. I think it's got snow tires on it. But
I mean, I know mine's an extreme case, but I had to trim a little bit of the front in the front of the wheel well for it to fit. But I almost wonder if I could have got something that would set it back a little bit.
We had that rub on the passenger side of the jack pine that was biting into the slick because when we put the 29-inch slick on there, and Lil Bart Jeff, he just drilled my perch holes He moved them back just like a slight amount and then welded in the old holes. It moved the axle back perfect.
That'd work.
Well, that's the thing. If I could have just moved mine back maybe an inch,
Yeah,
those tires would have fit in there, and I wouldn't have had to do anything.
3/4 of an inch
Oh.
is all we needed.
Are you
But
having
you
fun
know
with
what?
comments,
I got
Jason?
lucky. Mine was rusty there anyway, so I just cut the rust out, and when I put the metal back into it, I just made it contour to where the tires are.
But when your car's already painted, you can't.
Yeah, you can.
Well, yeah, but I didn't want to.
That's why but you weren't in here.
I saw you do it on your channel.
Did you see? Did you see my touch-up paint?
Yeah. Well, actually, Frank Finelli, I'm wearing one of his. I watched him do that to his '67 Coronet FD. He did the same thing. Did the pie cut in the front of the wheel opening, and then
No, I'm
colored-
talking about the paint on my car. You know what my touch-up paint is? Because I had a little nick in the paint. There's my touch-up paint. Magic marker. Just and it's gone. That's what happens when you paint something flat black. Get away with that.
Well, if you get on like as far as moving rear ends around and trying to get things to clear a little bit better, if you go to like Mancini's website, they got that list with all the front spring hangers.
Mhm.
And I went off measurements for the Barracuda to pull the rear end just enough back to clear the 31.5 tall slicks. And that E-body front hanger, I still can't get over how the fact the drive shaft is factory length now. Literally didn't have to make a custom drive shaft. And it's got E-body front spring hangers in the front, which are 2 inches longer or something like that. And it puts my wheel perfect in their cut opening. So
That would be
That's-
Oh, why did I just do that? I could have just got some like 60 grit sandpaper and stuck it all the way around the tire, put it up in there, started the car up, put it in gear, and just it would clearance that way.
that'd been a great video.
It would have.
You can still do it, you know.
I gotta find a car to do that too. They get like
The
a
US
US
car-
Barracuda.
The
Get
US
like a
car
early
tool.
Barracuda and fucking stick something on there and just have it go.
You know, you could tag JV on that for his sharpening videos, and just say this is how we do it in Illinois, right here. So we sharpen our quarter panels.
Oh man, could you imagine the sparks and shit? Oh,
It'd be great. Do it in low light.
It'd be dangerous. Oh,
So
shit.
So everybody on here is going to No Name? Well, obviously you are, John, but
I have to.
Yeah, everybody here is going to No Name, and just about everybody here is going to Indy.
No, everybody here is going to Indy.
Yeah, if Ryan rides with Mark, everybody here is going to Indy. If
Sweet.
John's going.
I've never been to Indy swap meet, so
God, I wish I would have got the bigger booth.
Yeah, we should have. Should have got 2 booths.
Well, see, I would lose my awesome space, and I'd have to have one of those peasant spaces in the middle.
Yeah.
So let's all just dogpile in my 10 by 20 booth. I won't worry about selling any parts. Let's just all hang out. It's just going to be this huge mob of people, and everybody walking by is going to be like, what's going on in that booth?
You gotta remember to get the hot dog machine.
It's like, what is he selling?
We won't have room for a hot dog machine with all these people. But hey, I could make a killing selling hot dogs to all you people.
What it is also
Friend discount.
Real
we
Slim
do grilled Slim Jim booth.
Hey, you could title it Jed's Wieners.
I didn't go there, for the record. For the record.
You know you wanted to though.
No, I
The
didn't
thing
even
is,
have that
though,
thought.
Uh-huh.
Thing is, though, I don't know
Sure you
often
didn't.
how often everybody's going to be in the booth at the same time because you can't help but walk around in that place.
Hey,
I'm
I've
already
already
walking
made,
around buying all the tunnel rams.
I've already made a plan. I'm going to spend at least an hour and 30 minutes walking with Tom Roseman. So I'm going to tell
Yeah,
everybody, you see me with Tom, you leave me alone.
but no, there's so much there. Like John, I know you were talking about needing the the tail light. Like
Yeah,
the
bezels.
Yeah, you'll find them.
Where I had some of them
You'll
upstairs.
find like 800 or 900 sets
Start.
of them.
I need to go to the junkyard and solve anything in the dark board there.
Is there?
I think so. I know there's one, the other one that closed, so.
Yeah, I could have swore I had some bezels for it. I can't find them.
Hey, Brian, Kyle does not have that other fender.
Damn. There's a guy who was on for A-Bodies Only. He had an ad a long time ago, like 2 years ago. He lives kind of close to me, and he's got a whole front clip. Fenders, hood, and bumper, and he wants $800 for it. I need to get back in touch with him because the ad's still up. I don't know if he sold it or not, but the ad's still up, and nobody's like hit him on it. So
Yeah.
plus, if he's had it for a couple of years, he may go down to like 500 on all of it. So, you know, I'm a cheap bastard.
I'm a broke bastard.
I am finished.
Hey,
Oh, is that the carburetor that
Yes.
was that one surrounded in packing peanuts not too long ago?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
one we packed when the cop was at my place.
Yeah.
The one we shoved packing peanuts in the boosters and everything.
I still need to adjust the float bowls, but I'm gonna do that when I have some more light.
I know when I
I
just
need
did
to
this one, I
lubricate
was
the
working
butterflies
on,
a little bit because the secondaries are sticking a little bit on coming off a throttle. I need to lubricate them.
the one
Yeah,
I
that
just did,
was kinda
the
William.
gasket. The gaskets basically fell apart, so I need to order a kit for this one now.
Go to Allstate. I got him.
I got their card right here that you gave me.
Perfect.
Right. There you go.
I'm pretty sure I got a couple bowl gaskets laying around. That's all I need to do on this one.
I should have gave you a couple extras.
I'm sure you did.
I need to actually call Jim at Allstate and be like, all right, you guys, we need to seriously talk about some kind of deal here because
You send that's where you send everybody.
yeah, and I buy enough from him. It's like, come on, give me some kind of extra little thing.
How far are you from firing, Brian?
I still got a few. I had a list here. Things I need to buy. It fell in the water though. I don't know if I can. Okay, that's done. That's gonna get done. I gotta figure out what kind of ignition box I'm gonna run on this thing.
wanna see a
Radiator. Really, it ain't that much.
Yeah, I thought you were pretty doggone close.
Yeah, it's a bunch of little stuff, but the lift looks long, but it's really not.
Yeah.
It's all the little stuff that adds up, though.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta find a transmission dipstick. We got a 727 transmission dipstick in too.
All right, make your guesses. What number is it going to be on when that car drives? That
Drives?
doesn't drive the car.
150.
150.
Ow, William, damn.
I got William at 150.
175.
I got faith in my
don't know,
buddy.
Wait a
Brian.
minute. Wait a minute.
I don't know
William,
how far away
William
it
is
is.
150. Ryan is 175, right?
What is
All right.
what? Do
that
some
too?
math. I need math.
What's it?
What do
in?
you got, Jed?
I got faith in Brian.
Yeah. What number is that?
I'm going to say 200.
200 from
50
Jed.
days, he'll be driving that some gun.
Number.
Don't you
What
let me
number
down,
is
Brian.
that? I can't
Where?
see John's
All
number.
right, Jay and Jason. What numbers you got?
215.
215 for Jay.
What
about you, Jason?
Some people know him.
I need
When he's gonna be driving the Duster.
What number is going to be on the clock when Brian drives that car out the shop?
What day are we at here? How many laps?
We're on 250.
249.
You 249. Well, by the way, I'm going to put the 249 up in an hour.
Okay,
248.
Jason's got so much faith in you. He said, Tomorrow you'll have it done.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Last year, Mike. Last year, the satellite drove 6 days before I was in Missouri.
Oh, this is going to be done long before the No Name Nationals. I'll tell you that.
Well, we got a race at Mocan, Brian, so you at least got to have it ready by the end of April.
That's the goal.
I should have said $1.
That's the goal. She's doing the math now.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
Jason, are you bringing the 66 again?
Most likely,
You
yes.
do it pretty easy.
In 56 days.
I'll have my 66, sir.
I don't know what's going to be powering it, but I'm hoping the 440 this year. But I want to build a poly, but I don't have the funds to build that thing this year.
I got a 505 that's going to be for sale.
31.
That's- That's cheaper.
It probably would be, and it'd make a lot more power.
Do you still have that intake?
Which intake?
That perform RPM that you used to break in the 440, or not break? Yeah, break in the cam.
Oh, the Torquer 2?
Is that a torquer? I thought it was an RPM.
No, that's a Torquer 2.
All right.
I have Torquer 2 Edelbrock. It's brand new from the Barracuda. I got a Mopar Wedge RPM area.
What did I think?
Max Wedge Port Lion Tunnel Ram for raised deck. That's all the raised deck intakes.
He needs one.
I need an
Well,
intake.
You need to call me and buy it before I sell everything, because I got 2 other guys who want to buy all my
Okay.
stuff.
I'll call you.
Okay.
Okay.
We're at 250 right now.
Yeah, because they're pretty sparse up here. So
You want to see a must-have accessory for ultrasonic cleaners and carburetor cleaning?
You want my guess, John? My guess?
Stainless steel mesh basket.
Yeah, what's your guess, Brian? Because I just got a guess.
153.
153. I just got a guess of 300 by text. Just saying.
153.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
That's the latest it's going to be running.
Well, do you want to know what days those correspond to?
Yeah, I said 150, so I wasn't far off.
You want to know?
No,
what
you
days
weren't
those
far off.
correspond to? Those days correspond to. Got my cheat sheet here. Check that out. Oh, let's see here. So William's guess of 150 is April 24th. Brian's guess is April 21st. Ryan's guess is March 30th. Jed's guess is March 5th. The day after Indy is Jed's guess.
Ow.
Jay's,
I don't think it's going to happen yet.
Jay's guess is February 18th. And Jason's guess is
September 20th.
it's January 16th. It's Monday. So there you go. That's the cheat sheet.
So Jason says Monday.
Well, Jason, you need to get your ass down here.
You like that? I just popped the this thing is complicated
Bring
now.
some parts.
I popped the hood on it to service it.
Man.
Yes, Dennis, that's the running and driving guess. And everybody guessed a 3-digit number.
Yeah, Dennis, running and driving, you make a guess, and then you can come help me get it.
You're the closest one, Dennis.
Yeah.
Is the windshield optional for running and driving?
The windshield's going to be
I
in it.
didn't say anything
Okay.
about a windshield.
Windshield's going to be in it. I got 2 options for a windshield, and I'm.
Just get a motorcycle helmet with the shield on it. You'll be fine.
I got a Lexan windshield, but I don't
Dennis said
know.
February 5th. Well, then, Dennis, you need to get out here.
You need to get out here.
Hey, Brian, if you do have a full face with a visor, you don't have to have a windshield to pass tech. You can run it like a road.
I got, like I said, I got a Lexan window, but I don't really want to do that. I need to get out to Dennis's, well, mine and Dennis's friend Mark. He's probably got a windshield for this. He's got a whole God, you guys wouldn't believe the pile of A-body parts he's got out there.
It was
William,
that bad when I put a windshield in the duster. The price itself.
huh?
Yeah.
Look at the price of
A
the
new
windshield.
windshield for this car is like $253.
Is it?
Yeah.
I suppose like everything else, it went up too. Of course, I did that 20 plus years ago, so that has something to do with it.
And they still make them.
Brian, did he have a passenger side fender out there?
For what?
One for dark.
A-body, I guess they're all the same.
Yeah, for
I'm sure there's a whole slew of them out there.
One without
What
the
color do
provision
you
for
want?
the top-mounted marker light.
That might be a little harder. I don't know. I could find out.
Well, you can always just weld that up too.
It depends on if Mark wants to sell stuff. I don't know how he gets.
Well, I'd be
Yeah.
happy to trade. I'd be happy to pull the fender I got off and trade for one that doesn't have that area on it, because I really don't want to weld mine up.
Yeah.
It's a decent fender.
Passenger side fenders are hard though. That's why my passenger side fender looks like poop.
Dennis wants to know what fender.
Passenger side A-body fender with no marker light on the top. You know, like the optional marker lights that were on the top. He's got one with it. He wants one without it.
My car didn't have it from the factory, and it doesn't have the original passenger side fender because it was probably hit.
See, I did have a big plan.
6,900 loading burnouts.
I had this big glorious
Andy apparently was playing with the truck.
that I was going to turn this back into a street car, and I was going to buy regular tires the same size for the back, and this was going to be a street car. And Dennis, our mutual friend Mark, has a car that was a race car. It's already got a roll bar in and everything else, and he's selling it pretty cheap. I was going to buy that and actually make that the race car. But then somebody came along with another car that I had to have and screwed that plan up completely.
As he waves.
I'll take credit for that one. Yeah, I found your first car.
Yeah. Need to
Have y'all
figure out
got that deal put together yet?
Yeah, we've got a deal in place.
Cool.
Is that up here?
Yeah, I own his first car.
Oh, that's right. I did hear about that. Disregard.
And now I got to make room for it.
But first we're gonna have to make room for my truck.
Well, your truck, hopefully it'll be running and driving where we can move it in and out and
Yeah.
around and
Hey, and then all I gotta do is get legal and I can start driving it to
start
work.
driving to work. Even if Roy said it's got a 318 in it, we can leave that in it for now
Right.
when I build the motor that's supposed to go in it.
Roy said it's got a 318 in it. He told me it didn't have anything in it.
He
Hey,
told me it had a
Andy.
318 in it.
Hey, Andy, get in on this. So we're taking guesses as to what day's going to be back here when Brian's car drives out of that shop. What number is going to be on here when Brian's car drives out of the shop? I've got guesses from everybody here. Jump in on this.
Well, you know what? I could probably I'll give you an exact date.
I've got a number from all of them right here.
It'll end up being on a Saturday. So the closest Saturday to my date, I'm going to do it on live.
Just let them figure that out. Nobody else had the advantage if they want to figure out the date. What any of y'all in the chat can do this. You tell me what your guess is. What day's gonna be back here when that car fires up and drives out of that shop? Andy says Pliers 30. That's not a bad guess.
Yeah, I heard him wrong. I don't know how many days before it's running.
Oh, Dennis got a question.
No, I'm doing that.
Yeah, Cope said 300. I wasn't gonna out him. He's the one that said 300.
We're at 250 and Cope said 300.
I was gonna. Oh,
Hey, Cope, is that 300 before 2023 or 300 before 2024? Because we're already inside of 300 this year.
That means now I gotta spank that Ford at No Name Nationals.
I've got a guess of November 6th, 2026.
Oh, no.
God.
Now I gotta race John Cope and put that Ford on the trailer. Great.
You better pack a lunch.
Brian.
It's going to be quicker next year.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Brian, I got you.
What?
I got, the thing that's on the way. We'll just build that. I've got A-body headers for one of those.
Oh God.
There you go.
Christmas.
I don't need a broken transmission yet.
No, I'm talking about the all aluminum one.
Oh no! I don't want to. I'll blow that up, and I'll owe you money for it.
I'm just saying it weighs less than your complete engine as it is right now.
Yeah,
As it is fully assembled, it'll weigh less.
I thought you were talking about the other motor that you got for sale or gonna have for sale.
No, I was just saying I'll loan you the big all aluminum one.
Brian, so what's your projected date that you had written down? Or maybe Wilbur knows what was the projected.
Brian's guess is 153. I got them written down right here.
Then that's like July.
They're all here.
21st,
April 21st.
which is a Friday.
April
So it'll
20.
be April 22nd. Yeah, I could have it running by Friday and then show it on.
I'll bet you $50 I can have my Belvedere running before then.
Running?
Running.
No, I'm talking running and moving. It's got a.
Yeah, I don't know. No, start off with a gas bottle. I mean,
I still have to build the engine for it.
Doesn't matter. I'm talking about running and moving out of your shop.
Okay, the engine you built.
I don't know
Have
if
a
I
race
can beat
between
that.
the two of you.
I can't. I don't know if I can.
Now,
beat
I'm not saying it's got to have interior and everything in it. Nothing like that. You could be
No.
sitting on a milk crate for all I care.
I don't know if I could have it running and moving by then. I know it won't have a
Not
windshield.
that much difference between running and moving. I know what John's talking about with mine is ready to go down the track. Because as soon as I get this thing running, I can slap a drive shaft in it and pull it out of the.
We just got to clear the path out.
Yeah, I got to clear some junk out of here, but that's what's going to take the time is clear the path for the car to get out the damn door.
That's why you need to put a big plow on the front of the car and just plow your way out.
I got to move these damn Olds motors out of the way.
I need to get a countdown clock going so I can keep myself focused.
I think
Yeah.
Ryan needs a countdown clock.
Ryan has a countdown
So-
clock. This
No, I don't.
is the Brinker clock right here. It's named
No,
in
no.
honor of him.
Ryan with an R.
Oh, I know he does. I know. Yeah. He's
It's
the one who
harder
leads the
than you
clock.
think to stay focused.
It may be 250 days away, but those 250 days are going to be gone in a blink.
And yeah, especially it's a lot harder when you work a 40-hour-a-week job too.
Yeah, I should be outside working on the car. Meanwhile, I'm taking apart a carburetor I just bought. It's a really nice carburetor, though.
Because I was thinking,
We'll try to have this one tomorrow.
I get an extra day off a week, but if I was working first shift, I could come in here after work and do some stuff. But I just
Okay,
don't
here.
want to go to first shift. Yeah, you
I'm reading
need
that. Okay.
drive shaft.
You need a drive shaft?
Yeah, but I think I got a source for one.
I have an A-body one, but it's a small yoke.
I'm pretty sure that's like I said, you guys have no idea what this guy Mark has out there. There's only 3 people. Dennis, William saw it.
Look at that.
William saw it. He's got a
Remember-
giant, basically a giant barn full. I mean, I'm talking
Small.
as high as me. parts.
I can't remember what he's got in this. This came out of the down here. Oh, that sucks.
And of course, it helps when I go out there with you to see Mark.
Well, yeah, well, you like seeing Mark anyway.
Hold on, I'll pick that up.
That'll probably be when I'm down to the wire.
Yeah. William only saw a small portion.
Yeah, that's true because he didn't see in the other building all the parts.
I saw a big, massive pile in a building. I didn't really
Yeah,
see
there was another building next to that was.
Give me too.
Hey, Andy, do you want to take a guess at this? What day is going to be on the orange paper when that Duster O'Brien's drives out of the shop? We've got guesses ranging from 150 to infinity.
Bluetooth drive shaft.
Bluetooth drive shaft. Yeah.
That's what Dennis said.
No, I don't need a Bluetooth drive shaft.
Hey, Brian, what U joints does it have? A 7260 or 90?
I have no idea. I haven't even gotten to that point
Oh.
yet.
Okay, because they had the drive shaft that came out of a Valiant that's just sitting here, and it's not that old. It's, and he still has a sticker on it from whoever made it.
Huh.
But is it a 904 car, 108-inch wheelbase?
I don't know. He just walked out. I think the car had I'll have to ask him when he comes back in here because I think it was actually giving up an X-Drade car. So I think it was a 727. It was 8 3/4 in.
Yeah.
See, I was still thinking about driving up to John Cope's and buying a valve box. Just because I want good shit in the car and they're not that expensive for what they are.
I got to be making a phone call to him pretty soon for a trans for the figure out what I'm doing with the trans for the satellite.
Guys, if you want any stuff delivered from Cope's to the Indy swap, we can do that.
I'm surprised John doesn't go out there.
I thought he was out there last year.
Exactly. Cope's doesn't bring one to Indy.
Oh, okay. So John's gonna be at Indy too.
Yeah, he usually is.
We're going to be at Indy.
Who's that, John?
Andy says 32.
That drive shaft. You remember what the engine with the trans and the Renault was 8 3/4, right?
8 3/4.
Was it 727 or 904? God, I can't remember.
Andy's saying 32 is going to be on the calendar.
Oh man, I hope not.
Yeah, see, I misheard the question before, and I said, I thought you meant how many days is it going to be before it's running, not what number is going to be on the thing.
Yeah, what day is going to be on the calendar, right?
Yeah, well, then I got to change. I got to say 2.
Okay.
I thought you meant how many days before it's going. Brian, if I got to come down there and help you, I mean, I will. I don't want to work on my stuff.
Okay, Jason's going to 2.
What engine's going in yours? Are you keeping the poly in it or?
No, I want to build a poly, but this year it's probably gonna be the 440.
Oh, okay.
I want to build a poly, but it needs to be gone through, and I don't have, $3-4 grand to put in right now.
Yeah.
The shaft I have is 49 inches long, center to center.
Oh, 40 what? 49. 49.
I bet the ladies love you.
He's lying.
Wait, how do you know that? Never mind. Don't answer that. Actually,
My wife tells him.
okay.
Hey Dennis,
That got awkward.
I am actually
Yeah, it
looking
did.
for. I am actually looking for another instrument cluster trim for my Dart, just so I can have as a backup because I had to remove a lot of the stuff that was kind of melted on to the backside, so I could put my digital stuff in. I want to have an extra instrument cluster trim just as a backup in case I want to put the OE stuff back in.
William, you'll find one up in Indy. Someone will basically give you one of those clusters damn near.
Yeah, those things are all over up there. Dennis will probably be at Indy. You guys will get to meet Dennis.
All right, just got another guess of 143.
What do we win
Dennis,
if we get it right?
you guys- oh, go
I
ahead.
don't know. I don't know yet. This is an interesting thing here.
Oops.
If people have watched my videos, like it's maybe like my third or fourth video of a 71 Roadrunner doing a burnout in my shop. Dennis was the one driving.
Later, Andy.
And the mark is still on the floor.
Yeah.
It actually ate up a little bit of the concrete. That was a pretty good burnout.
The marks, when my Charger did its first burnout over 10 years ago, those marks are still in my driveway.
I bet they're still out there in Sykeston too.
Yep.
I need to have some stickers made with me pointing saying I did that underneath it.
Oh, yeah, we need to make a sticker and then go like that. I did that and stick it on the ground out there this year.
Night there, Rose.
And I don't know if you can say or if anybody even cares, but John, Sykeston is not an AHRA track anymore, is it?
Well, Larry Jeffers bought the IHRA, but this event is sanctioned by the AHRA.
That's what I figured is if you rent the track out, you can make it for any goddamn sanctioning body you want.
Well, Jeffers owns the track, so he could do what he wants.
Yeah, that's true.
And that could change over the course of the year because that place has been for sale for a while. That could change. Yeah. You never know.
Yeah, my lottery numbers hit. It's going to change. I buy that track and every piece of property for a mile around it, so they can never get rid of it.
Dennis says he didn't win anything for the Dust Devil Garage burnout contest.
I ought to have a shop burnout contest. Have people submit videos.
I'd do it.
I think
I'd do it too, because it'd be in Jay's garage.
No, it wouldn't.
I think my Charger might smoke out your garage there.
That Roadrunner did.
Yes.
If you look at that video, that back tire started turning, and then all of a sudden it was just white.
And it smelled.
I'm surprised he didn't call the fire department because the door was open.
It's on either PM.
Pouring out.
You really,
Brian, you know that I'm not allowed to do anything like that.
Well,
one more call, I'm going to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't. I got to be careful what I do.
We called the fire department before the burnout competition in Sykeston. We literally did. We called the minor fire department because we said, if you see a massive amount of smoke at this mile marker on I-55, this is what it is. We really did, because we knew that neighborhood back there would be phoning in, smoke and fire complaints.
Well, you said it was the people from that neighborhood came out and was watching, didn't they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, all kinds of people came out of the neighborhood, walked through the woods to watch. But, when you have fire by the interstate, well, I can't burn anything here. I got I-81 about 100 yards that way.
Yeah.
I can't burn anything here. I mean, they'll be rolling fire on it. So, but yeah, we called them proactively.
Yeah, that would have been bad if they'd have showed up.
They just stuck around and said, cool,
Yeah. I don't know. They probably had I know the EMTs and everything you had out there. That's probably their easiest day at work ever.
Could you imagine the amount of smoke that people had to have seen from the road and for how far when William did that burnout?
Oh my God!
I'm serious. I bet you could see that smoke literally over a mile away, even
I'm
at
surprised
night.
somebody didn't call it a terrorist attack.
I bet there were people that literally thought a plane crashed from a mile down the road. Because think about it, you couldn't see that neighborhood. That smoke cloud had to have gone up hundreds and hundreds of feet.
It's gonna be a tough one to beat.
It's a lot of smoke.
Trust me, I got plans.
If you go just by smoke, that one's gonna be tough to beat. I'm surprised he hadn't had people asking what kind of tires he had on there so they buy them for the next year.
Well, here's the helmet.
Old ass tires I got from somebody.
Here's the helmet.
I wonder if
All
we
because
could
I
make-
forgot mine.
Well, this one hangs on the wall. I've only got it down because we wanted to show people in case they did not know what a DOT helmet was.
Oh, I still got to buy a helmet.
Wait for
That's
Andy.
gonna be fun.
You remember that lady who was selling those nice helmets, like dirt cheap, brand new? She had like the banded racing helmets at Indy.
Oh, I do remember that.
They were dirt cheap.
I wonder if they were out of date.
I don't know.
I know mine is the track. What's the name? The keel. What the safety? The guy did the things on at No Name. He said mine is done this year. Like, yep, last year you could use this one.
That's
So I
the
can buy a helmet.
thing. Like, I could go down to the speed shop and get a set of harnesses, but they've been sitting on the shelf for so long down there that you'll have like maybe 6 months on them. And
Yeah,
they got
I'm
real
doing the same.
broken. And for people that don't know, you know, they'll buy them and, oh, 6 months you got to buy some more. Or you got to send them in. And all they do when you send them in is stitch another sticker on them, stitch another tag on them.
Yeah, they've been sitting inside, not exposed to UV light.
That's the one thing to me that's kind of ridiculous is the seatbelt thing.
You know what's sad?
I can understand if they were frayed or really faded or anything like that, but
Your belts will stale date sooner at the dragway than they do for land speed racing. They're good for twice as long at Bonneville than they are for running at your 8th mile.
you know why that is? Because there's more guys running at the regular drag strips than run Bonneville.
I don't know. What's like radon? In the United States, you have to remedy radon in your house at 4 picocuries per liter, but in Canada, it's 20. I mean, it's all arbitrary.
So yeah, it's all about money. You know, it's money.
I'm gonna go get a refill on my drink. I will be back.
All right. But yeah, it's just I don't know. I mean, like I said, I understand a lot of the safety rules and all that, but some of it I know is just out there just to make money. And I don't blame the AHRA. Small.
Let me tell you, nobody hates writing that big check to SFI worse every year than Dallas. So yeah.
But you can't, I'm guessing you can't really have a sanctioning body and call it a sanctioning body without it.
Yeah, they got a monopoly on it.
I mean, this other track that I'm probably going to go to a lot, it bothers me a little bit that there's no tech at all. They don't care. But
I have seen some outlaw little places, but we just can't have that.
well, no, not especially not like because what you're doing is getting viewed by people,
Yeah. Well, but I mean, you don't want anybody to get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jed said what I was thinking there. Offenhauser stuff, it's cool and vintage, but
It's the gear intakes are fucking garbage.
they don't make any power.
No. They make some of the nicest looking valve covers for big block Chrysler, but they're impossible to find. All they care about making anymore is flathead Ford stuff. It's drives me up the wall.
Well, it's better than making none but small block Chevy stuff.
No, yeah.
Like every other company on the planet.
That's because Chevys need all the help they can get to keep up.
Well, yeah, that is true. They do need a lot of help. Seatbelt dates are scum.
Well, execute Wild Rose Garage is already he already has the first leading cause of lung cancer, so I don't know that he's that worried about the second leading cause.
I'm definitely doing something about seatbelts in the satellite this year. I just have the factory lap belts that are from 1966, and they're, little, I don't want to say suspect, but I don't think they do much of anything to keep me out of that solid steering column. I'm hoping they go faster.
Like I said, I'm not against seatbelts.
Yeah. No, I'm not either. I'm just thinking of stuff I have to buy for the car this year. I'm hoping the car's faster with the big block. I mean, I'd hope so.
My only problem with buying a helmet is I got to find a 3X helmet to fit my huge fucking head.
I tell you what, a helmet has saved my ass 3 times. Granted it was on an ATV, but I'd be a vegetable right now if I
Did
didn't
you ever
wear one.
post that video of you biffing it at Indiana?
I did.
You need to
Oh,
do it
4
again.
times.
Hilarious.
4 times I did.
Oh, I rode dirt bikes and stuff as a kid. If I wouldn't have been wearing a helmet, I'd be dead right now.
Yeah.
But I guess I had a smaller head then. I don't know.
Yeah, I think my next helmet's going to be heated and Bluetooth and all that crap. But I'll ride a 4-wheeler for 200 miles a day. So
Do they make a Snell Bluetooth helmet?
I don't think they make a Snell one.
Like
What are
they
more-
listen to music in the staging lanes.
You can get earless earbuds for your helmet. You can actually run them right through.
I've got a set that I
I say
wear. At work.
earless. I don't know.
I've got a set I wear at work that look like earplugs.
Yeah.
They look just like that. The cord is blue, and they actually work as earplugs too. They're actually OSHA approved. They don't go up loud enough but they don't like us doing stuff like that at work. But
Distraction.
I listen to you guys at work on them. When he does a live, I'm listening to it.
Yep, me too.
And then if I'm commenting, that means I'm in the bathroom or at lunch.
Yeah, my boots are a little broken down.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I mean, do they still make? I'm asking the wrong people.
What's that?
If they still make like a tunnel ram for a modern Hemi, 'cause I wouldn't be opposed to putting a modern Hemi in this.
I have no idea.
Don't have a clue. I can look.
Because
I
it's
have a
hard.
computer in my hand.
If you want to go, if all you cared about is going fast, it's hard to beat. It's almost like an LS. I just don't want to put an LS in this. I'd probably get a lot of views if I did.
Probably, but that would suck.
It would be.
Yes, they do.
Oh, okay.
They're $700.
Well, that's
Speedway
pretty much
Motors
the
has a dual quad.
You know what's sad? That's the going rate for a small block tunnel ram right now.
Yeah, they should be all the same price, same amount of aluminum.
But the small block, any small block tunnel ram you get's going to be 20 years old
Right.
because they don't make them no more. I haven't
Right.
priced them for a low deck big block.
If I ever have the opportunity, I would love to put a 5.7 Hemi in my 1970 pickup.
You
I
guys are
think
going
it'd
to
be
make
cool.
me throw up.
I like that stuff.
What?
I don't mind it.
I like
Now,
the
if you take
5.7
that-
because I like the 5.7 because my 05 Ram has the 5.7, and I've had that truck for I think 3 years now, almost 3 years, and it has been an awesome truck.
If you take
5.7
something
in that
like a
1970
factory
would be an awesome
Roadrunner,
truck.
a factory Roadrunner, a 340 Duster, a 340 Demon, and you put a modern Hemi in it, I may have a little bit of a problem with that because those cars are kind of special.
Yeah.
But if you get a slant six Duster, you can put anything in it, some bitch you want. As long as it's got a Pentastar on it, I probably won't get mad. I'd put a 4.0 Jeep motor in one. Ooh, has anybody done that yet?
I think that's cooler. At least it's not just a name on an engine that's not really a Hemi. It's only Hemi to sell it. It's not a real Hemi. See, you're getting me started here.
Well, I wouldn't be putting it in the truck just to say I have a Hemi in it. It's a decent motor.
That's the only reason why Chrysler named it the Hemi. If they called it a polyhead, nobody would have got the hype.
Yes, technically the 4.7 is more of a Hemi.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like it's a bad design.
The 4.7 is a bad design.
Oh, the 4.7 is just dumb.
Yeah.
But it just pains me being Hemi runs through my veins. And it is pretty far away from the Gen 1 or Gen 2. It shares more with the original polyhead engine, but I get why they called it Hemi. Yeah.
Didn't you make a joke, John, that that's what you're going to put in your Roadrunner? Was a 4.7?
Looks like Jetty's and Pepto Bismol.
I'm thinking a 3-cylinder Chevy Sprint.
You know, those cars when they were new, that 3-cylinder, they were kind of peppy for what they were. You wouldn't think a 3-cylinder motor, but they were kind of peppy. My aunt had one.
Maybe
She didn't have it for long. They didn't last long, but I had a 4.7 that it was the problem I had with the 4.7 you can't. I had, because in the Dodge trucks they got the tank that holds the coolant.
Yeah.
And the radiator, well, if that tank cracks, it's like having a hole in your radiator. Well, the tank cracked on mine, and my 4.7 overheated, and that thing was never the same.
My neighbor across the street from me has I think it's a 2002 or 2003 Ram with the 360 with a distributor. The oil filter on his motor sucked flat and wiped the cam completely out.
The 2003s had the body style of mine. It was either late 2002 or early 2003. Had the body style on my truck, and you could get it with a Magnum motor in it. I would love to have one of those.
I think it was 02. I think 03 was the first year of the Hemi. 02 was the only year they put a 360 with that body style.
Yep.
But I'd like to have one of those. I like the
I think
body
Rich had
style.
one.
But then again, I've got that 3.7 in mind. The 3.7 6-cylinder in my truck has got almost 300,000 miles on it.
No, everybody told me the 2.7 is a pile of junk. It won't last. My Magnum, it's been in Indianapolis. It's been all over the country. It's taken me everywhere and ain't really laid me down. And I got probably 50,000 miles on just my little bit of traveling I do. Hasn't let me down.
I'm the worst at doing maintenance. I don't know when. It's been at least a year since I've changed the oil in that truck.
I think any of them engines can be good as long as you keep maintenance and you put good oil and good filter on there and all that jazz.
I must have just got a good one because I don't do maintenance. Like I said, it's been at least a year since I've done an oil change on that truck.
Well, speaking of oil changes, what oil filters do y'all use? I use Wicks.
I want to get one of those that they used to put a roll of toilet paper in.
Oh, the Franz?
Franz.
Yeah.
Friend of ours.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Just drain the oil on it and run with nothing in it at that point.
That's ridiculous.
Wicks, Napa Gold. Way to go.
On the modern stuff, we run Mopar branded filters. The old stuff, whatever's top of the shelf. I've never been a big fan of Wicks just because the hype, but it'll be top shelf wherever I'm at.
Okay.
I think I'm
Wicks
gonna
are-
try it.
Wicks
I
will
don't-
stay primed.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
use
get one of
Wix
those
just
kits.
because anything's been hyped about it. You just
I'm gonna
tried
get one of
it.
those kits for dual filters. I'm gonna put 2 of the big orange Fram filters on this,
As you should, just to piss off the
just
internet.
to piss people off.
My favorite
now,
thing about that Fram, the undercoating they put on them. Man, that's nice. I wish everybody.
It is.
Now, if you
So
buy
they're-
one of the high dollar Fram filters instead of the cheapest one, those are good filters.
Yeah, the gold.
Yeah, you buy one of their. You don't buy the $2 oil filter, but I did that on Jezebel when I had the 383 in her just to move it around. I literally went and bought the cheapest Fram PH8A filters I could, shoved them in front of the car, and I never heard the end of that.
Oh, did you do it? Did you film it?
That was just photos and stuff. I wasn't filming YouTube then.
I put a Fram on the 73 Charger we had a long time ago. Ooh, the comment section on that video did not end well. Ooh.
do those high dollar Fram filters, are they made with metal on the inside instead of cardboard?
I have no idea. I honestly don't.
I
give a
think so. Project Farm did a test on all the filters a couple years ago.
Because that's the only reason why I use Wix, because I know Wix is made with metal on the inside.
My biggest thing is I want the tall filters. I don't like those little itty bitty short ones. If I have to run a short one, I'll run a remote system out and run dual filters.
It's what Mopar, man. The Wix
It's wider, man. It's go down.
51.5 is the height of the PH8A. It's not the short filter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 43 is the short Fram.
Yeah, I think the PH8A and the PH16 are the same as one short for Frams.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm putting orange.
I run the Mopar ones and everything.
People are gonna give me enough crap about
Yeah,
wrapping
yeah.
my headers.
No, that's
Yeah, they do. I got an 090.
yeah. They don't have them at the parts store anymore.
No, they do at Walmart.
That's where I buy
They
my
didn't have any the other day.
No, they may not
Well,
today.
they carry them. They didn't have any.
Oh.
They had one 409.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or no, it's a 99.
Everybody's running on everything.
And Mopar Man 78, I second that. 51515, best filter for Mopars. Wix. Everybody
I
has
want
their
to know
opinion.
why everybody hates on Champion plugs now. Back when I used to run them, that's all. Mopars ran best on Champion plugs.
I don't know how many thousand Champion 404s and
Good,
405s I have
No.
changed.
I started losing volume.
Super B's got
Spring,
Champion,
Yep.
RJ12YCs.
Started losing volume.
Yeah, I remember my only bad experience with Champions. I put a set of those in my Javelin. That's what it called for factory. And I had my old school NGK V powers I run in everything. And I put those Champions in it. I shit you not, it was like the engine just put 2 cylinders clean off that engine. It wouldn't get out of its own way. Threw those Champions away. Put my NGKs back in it that were in it. Ran like a top. Went and got a brand new set. Put them in there. Car was like brand new. I won't run nothing other than NGK.
I don't know, unless the Champion's just like everything else has just gone downhill. I don't know.
It probably has.
Well, back in the day, Champion probably did have the best plug you could get. Now there's
when he
a
left
lot of
the
options.
factory, that's what was in them. When he's left the factory, they had Champion plugs in.
Probably because it was one of the better plugs on the market. Now
Well, but
it's a completely different day and time. There's a lot of plug options out there.
Yeah, but they also had Wells brand points in them, and those are garbage.
Yeah, this just
So,
I guess it's just as time goes by, shit goes downhill. I still can't believe that. it still fucks with me that the year 2000 was 23 damn years ago.
For sure.
Seriously.
I was born in 01.
And what's really weird is I remember when it went from the 80s to the 90s, it was like a big deal. And then when it went from 90 to 2000, it was like a big deal. But then 2010, 2020 did nothing. Like the changing of a decade used to be a big deal.
Remember how people were all nutty about thinking that your technology wouldn't work and your computers wouldn't work?
Yeah.
And it was a scam going around. There was a scam going around, and most of you guys remember this, that there were scam mechanics out there saying, you got to bring your car in and get the computer updated or it's not going to work on January 1st. And they were charging people $150 to bring their cars in so they could update the computer. Total scam.
Well, there was Y2K companies out there. We'll get your computer Y2K compliant for $100.
I remember all of that Y2K crap. People were really freaking out about it. People thought the world was going to end in year 2000.
Yes. There were people that were selling everything and going off grid and thought that was going to be the end of the world. There were nuts everywhere thinking Y2K. The only thing I knew any consequence of Y2K is all of the Fruit Loop people went to the grocery stores and bought way more food than the toilet paper or whatever they could ever eat. And then I know two people that had a digital alarm clock stop working. And that's it. Nothing happened.
I just wonder if in another, 40, 50 years, if people are going to look back at all the shit that happened with COVID, with people with the toilet paper getting run out and all that, if they're going to, make fun of it like they make fun of Y2K. I mean, I know COVID actually was pretty bad and killed people, but still.
You and I were in our 20s when Y2K happened. I mean, we remember it pretty well. But young people are like, "Oh, what's that?" They probably think we're over. They probably think we're exaggerating.
I wasn't even born.
Did you say you were born in 2003, Ryan?
01.
01? Wow.
Yeah, he's the youngest now, thank God. I'm not that guy anymore.
I was 23. Ryan was -1. Jet was 7.
Yeah, I was 7. That's creepy. You remember that, John?
I do. I'm good with numbers. See, I'm the numbers guy.
Okay, how old am I now, John?
Well, you would be 30 this year if you're born in 93.
I just turned 30 yesterday.
That's how my mind works. I file away numbers. Really?
Oh yeah, yesterday. Anybody who didn't catch it, yesterday.
Don't you dare!
Yesterday was Jed's birthday. Everybody tell him happy birthday.
Oh, there we go. You can't
Happy
keep
birthday again, Jed.
back in the tube, Jed.
In case you can't tell, he doesn't like that.
I don't celebrate.
Oh,
nothing. I don't
you
celebrate
think 30's
birthdays,
old?
holidays.
You really think 30's old?
So
No, it's not about the 30 number. It's just I don't like my birthday. I don't celebrate that stuff. But we'll celebrate it for everybody else, not for me though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, the next year when I give him anything for his birthday.
Yeah.
You didn't bring me nothing for my birthday this year.
Yeah,
Sherry.
I did. I bought you a keychain.
Oh, that was my birthday?
Yes.
You didn't
That
say
wasn't just
that.
because you're cool.
Yes, we did.
And the first, last year was the Hula Girl, wasn't it?
Yeah, last year was the Hula Girl you got.
Well, the Hula Girls and the Barracuda. Hey, in my defense, when you brought me the keychain, that was really cool right up until the cop showed up and spent 6 hours ruining your visit.
Yeah.
Because I was going to surprise you with the Barracuda.
I see B&R there saying he needs just 500 to 510 horse. You need to show up to run anything. You need to show up to run anything, and you get at least one hit whether or not to find out what it's going to run.
I'm starting to feel like an old person here.
I was going to say we're talking about 30. I'm like, in 2 years, it'll be 30 years since I graduated high school.
What's that?
You might be the oldest. I graduated high school 29 years ago this year.
And I graduated in 94.
I graduated in 94.
2019.
Wow.
We're both class of 94.
I think I would have graduated in 92.
Brian's the oldest.
Well, Brian's probably 50 this year. See, I remember numbers like that. Brian was born in 73.
Let me go get Dad. He graduated in 79.
There you go.
I was
Go
born
knock
in
the dust
'87. I
off.
just feel old.
William, when I told Dad how old you were, he didn't believe me.
Wait a minute, William. Wait a minute. Wait, when were you born, William?
No.
87.
Didn't speak.
87?
Wow.
That makes you the old Jason. So who's the old man here? I guess it's Jay.
It might be.
Well, Brian is old, right? Brian's 50.
Brian, yeah,
I'm
Brian's,
gonna
yeah.
be
Yeah, Brian.
Yeah, it's Brian.
Yep.
Yeah,
Barely.
And it.
Well, where do you
Yeah.
fit in there, Jason?
What's that?
Where do you fit in there?
I'll be 46 March 21st.
You have the same birthday as me.
You barely got me.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, March 21st.
Okay, so I'm fourth.
I'll take your year, though. I'm gonna start over.
Yeah, I'm April 1976.
Dawn, they have a first DUI before he was born.
Now that I got this carburetor cleaned, I'm seeing all the spots I missed.
Gray brushes everywhere.
I realize I'm getting to that age where I sit here and do this with my beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have been doing
yeah.
that a lot.
Brian does
I
that.
do it all the time.
When my mustache is long enough, I usually just try to.
Yeah.
There we go.
Dang it, this thing's
I found my
been-
mustache wax, by the way. So
Oh,
Aaron's 56. I never would have guessed that.
Me either.
Hey, yeah, but he's also
Maybe
been over
but it's an
there.
Australian, so it's metric.
Australians age differently.
It's funny.
So Aaron,
It was actually 41.
You're gonna make it this year to no name?
Is Aaron? I think Aaron's coming up to no name, isn't he? Peckerwood?
Hope so.
He
It
was
is
talking
really
about it.
strange. It is strange how I remember numbers that way because everything is in a chronological order. Like the wrenches in my toolbox, I remember in a chronological order. Like 7/16, 11, 12, half 13. That's the way they sort in my mind. Not like two separate scales. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know why that is, but my mental filing cabinet works that way.
you might be on the autism scale because I think that's some stuff that
Well,
autistic people have.
No, I mean,
I just
Like-
wish that there was some order at all in my toolbox.
There is
when
a
I did the SATs for math, my math was higher than my verbal. Verbal's not bad, but it's good for math. It's good for like doing cubed roots and stuff like that. But everybody's mind works in a different way. And like for example, with directions, some people work off of street signs and they know east and west and stuff. I have no sense of direction. And then some people work off of landmarks, right? So they'll recognize this curve, that curve, and this hill and that hill. I don't have either of those. So some people remember faces. I'm not good with faces, but I'll remember names really well.
Yeah,
Like if I've ever heard somebody's middle name, that sticks in my mind because my filing cabinet works that way.
I had a time
It's just not. It's weird. Oh,
when I worked in Kansas. My supervisor was like, "Go pick this up from the west side of the building." I'm like, "How do you even know what's the west side of the building?"
Yeah.
That's how Dad is. It drives me up the wall.
Some people have that, and some people don't. I don't have any sense of direction. It's terrible.
I'm pretty good at the direction, but I kind of have to be.
I could get lost in a Food Line parking lot. I have no sense of direction.
Oh, I'm good with sense of direction. I just don't know. Is that north?
North, south, east.
Or is that north? I was never a Boy Scout. They didn't teach me that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect for a good rifle guy. You're right about that. Yeah, I can do good with a dope chart. Everybody's got their things they're good at and their things and it's okay. We're all wired differently.
2010-5.
Sorry. I might, Blake.
That's one thing. I guess I'll put it in the video too. If anybody, I'm way off camera, Anna. Here we go. If anybody's gonna wrap a set of headers, these little metal zip ties. If you get the kind that don't have the little slots in them, there's a little ball bearing in there that actually holds down the metal zip tie. And if you want to get it tight, you get it as tight as you can, and then get like a piece of welding wire or something and push that little ball bearing back, because it'll still roll a little bit and it'll be a little bit loose. You push that little ball bearing back, you can get them real tight.
Aaron is exactly the opposite. He's one of those people that's really good with the faces and really terrible with the names. Most people are like Aaron. I'm awful with names. I'm exactly the opposite.
I used to be great with names, but I can't remember shit anymore. I can meet somebody and forget their name 15 seconds later.
But see, I can't.
Oh, you forget your own name.
And the problem is I can see people that I would know, but it's just recognizing faces is not as good. But I can read a list of people, like somebody I hadn't spoken to in 15 years. If I see their name, I'll say, "Oh yeah, I know that person." I will not forget the name. It's bizarre like that. I don't know. See, I'd be terrible like a police lineup type of thing.
all guilty.
Yeah. Looks like that guy. Kind of looks like that guy. Maybe that guy. Yeah. Faces, landmarks, and what people drive for me.
Yeah.
What people drive, I think, is big on all of us.
My mom's even like that. My mom couldn't tell you anybody's name, but she'll be like, "Oh, that's what they drove in 1992." In that person? Yep.
So when we did the list for will call for tickets at No Name Nationals, and we did the participant registration forms, Angie that worked at the gate wanted to kill me because I had everybody registered by car number. And so when I would see somebody, I would just go right to the list where the car number was because I knew it by car number. And she says, "No, it's got to be alphabetical. It's killing me." I said, "I understand, but that's just so." I'll do it next year, but this year I did it by car number. And it's just how it works.
Speaking of car numbers, are we keeping the same ones or are we changing?
We'll get to car numbers. We'll get to car numbers later. Mr. 1, Mr. 3.
Well, I'm just curious if I should take the number 2 off my car.
I want number 21.
Just y'all hang on. Y'all hang on to your numbers for now. Hang on to your numbers. There's a lot of things to work out when it comes to car numbers, but they're not tethered to the order you registered in. So let me get that straightened out. Don't scrape anything off just yet, okay?
All right.
I don't care what number I am. I just want to be there.
That's the right attitude. That's right.
I still got that. I still got my number sitting on my dash. I still hadn't taken it off.
There's a lot of people still have their numbers.
I finally took the one off Jezebel's window because I was getting nervous it might leave a residue. It did not. But it's in my garage now. I hung it up.
Hell, I think you were one of the first people out of everybody to actually announce that you were going to the No Name Nationals. In your recap video, when you were talking about it, you're like, "Yep, and I'll be there next year."
Yeah, nobody watched the video, so that's fine. Usually in the wintertime, always drop off.
One-Eyed Cat, there are no car numbers issued yet. But stick around because that's one of the next things I'm working on because I know a lot of people are wanting to keep their number and whatever, but I'm working on that. Because you got to understand, like for instance, order registration, you have people change cars, they change how many cars they're bringing and all this. So it's not just as simple as when people register.
No, that shouldn't work.
Well, I was going to say that's why it doesn't.
No. This right here.
You're off camera.
Oh, I am off camera. Well, you can't really see what I'm doing. But there's little frayed ends on my header wrap. And I was going there and you know, I sure was like, well, let me try to burn those off.
Yeah.
It shouldn't burn. It's supposed to keep the heat in. Why would it burn?
Maybe as long as it's not on. Maybe the heat from the exhaust on the first fire cures it or something.
I don't know.
I don't know. I
I bought it
got
off
that thing.
Amazon, so some Chinese fellas made that.
I put that stuff in one of my Moto Guzzi's, and it worked really good. It helped keep heat down too off the downpipes.
I'm just doing it because I've resorted to using the old headers, and I've done so much to make that motor look good that I didn't want to throw the old rusty headers on that halfway decent looking motor. So I don't care about. I've got another set of headers that when I do build another motor for this car, they're going to go on there because I'm going to make them fit. I just got too aggravated to make them fit this time.
Ryan,
Yeah, okay, heat ain't fire. You're right. There's a difference.
Yeah. Ryan, did you see the final photo in Discord of the ramp truck?
No,
Hold on, I'm pulling it up for you.
doesn't have a giant.
No, you don't need to show it on stream. I just
Okay, I'm just looking at it. Why is it green? It looks like an army ramp truck.
Oh, I made the bed match the cab.
Over
Oh,
there?
okay.
on the red
I
thing.
redid it.
You looked at the front of the duster.
What's with the other picture?
Oh, that's Quasimodo. That's the Hemi I'm gonna be selling / building.
Got mine. These, I only had one.
Which if anybody wants
First
it, I'll
responder
mine.
garage. What are they saying to John?
I didn't even want you to walk over there.
Oh yeah, 5 clutch forward. No, I do that. 5 in the forward and with the thin clutches, and then 6 in the high. Use the 62,000 select snap ring. Yeah, I do that. I think it's the way to go because it's more holding power in high gear.
It's at that time. Number flip.
Huh?
Must be number flip time.
Yeah, he's over on
That's where
the.
he is, yeah.
right
Number
coast.
flip time. Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
All right, Brian, let's hear it start.
249.
Blake, I think 2,850 brawlers is a little on the high side, but depending on how much other stuff you throw at that engine, it'd probably be okay. Depends on your RPM band, the airflow. There's a lot of things that go into that. I thought about putting 2,850s on Jezebel's engine, found out 2,650s would feed at 6,000 RPM, no problem, 500 inch. Now, if you put nitrous to it or boost, you can probably use the extra CFM.
Yeah, I'm looking for a set of 650s for the tunnel ram for the 440.
I got about 5 pairs in the shop.
I mean, I've got the 2,660s on this small block.
But you got 660s. If you're doing a tunnel ram, 660s, and you're drag racing, that's the best way to go.
I wish this one didn't have a choke that I just bought. Because then I'd just find a match for that one. But
Yeah, cut the chuck off.
I don't have the means to do
Choke
that.
off, leave the horn on, because
Oh, when I had that mechanical 6-pack setup I bought from Tony, when he said they were ready to rock, he just cut them off with a hacksaw. It looked fantastic. And it's a joke. But I did the other 500. I cut it off with a hacksaw, and then I dressed it with hand tools and made it look really nice. You don't need to have a mill or anything to do that. Mill makes it a lot nicer, but you don't need to have one.
Yeah, it's more fun to do with a mill.
A lot nicer looking, less work.
Yeah, that's a lot less work.
I'd like to recommend anybody who cuts the choke horn off, please stamp the CFM rating on the carburetor so the next guy doesn't have to sit there and do the math.
Yeah, this one doesn't even have anything on the choke horn.
But yours is what is it, quick fuel? Did they have it on a choke horn or?
It's stamped in the main body on the side. It says 650.
Oh, okay.
It says SS 650. I don't know what the SS means.
However, I probably shouldn't send out any recommendations of carburetors. I'm putting two, what are they, 1090s on the new all aluminum thing.
Yeah.
King Demon RS race carbs. Reminds me, Brian, don't let me forget to buy a new tunnel ram top from Indian. Can remind me to bring lube when they bend me over for that top plate for my tunnel ram.
Oh, you got to buy another one?
They raped me last year on that.
Why do you got to buy another one? You froze.
Thought it was just
Ready
me for a
mid
second.
drink. Somebody get Daddy's gonna drown in his cup. Yeah, I don't
They
know
are good.
the whole carb sizing thing. I know there's a lot to it, but you see so many people who say, I got this smaller carb on my engine, it runs great. Some people got a bigger carburetor on their engine, it runs great. I don't know.
The problem I've had lately with the carburetor on my old truck is the motor that's in there ran fine with a 750 Autobrock, but I put a 750 Holly on it and it's running really rich to the point that it's not really running right. The 750 Autobrock ran fine. It was a little rich, but it ran fine.
Did you try changing jets and stuff in the Holly?
It ran rich at idle, and there's not really much you can do at idle. That's why I got this 650. So I'm dropping 100 CFM and to make it run better.
Well, the
That
number,
truck's not
the CFM on the carburetor is how much air it moves, not how much fuel.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But the more air goes in, the more fuel goes in.
Yeah, because it's a mixture.
Yeah. So that's why I got the 650 to make it run better. I don't need massive performance out of that truck anyway. That truck I'm building that truck to be a workhorse if I wanted to. So I don't need a massive carburetor on it. As long as it runs.
I don't know. I will never claim to be any kind of a carburetor expert. I don't know, I might one day, but I'll be too old nobody will have carburetors by the time I learn them.
The guy who maintained all the General Lees for the show said that they stuck a Holly 9776 on all those cars. And that's a 450 CFM tunnel ram carburetor, mechanical secondary with no power valve. And they did that because it was just super simple, reliable. That's what they put on all of them.
Wow.
The 450 Holly tunnel ram carb, just one of them.
It didn't need to have massive performance. It just needed to move to crash.
Yep. And the all the cop cars and stuff in there, they ran a Holly 9777, which is the same carburetor and a vacuum secondary. And they did it down to pure simplicity.
All right, gentlemen, I'm going to bounce out of here. I got to get back working on my shop here.
All right.
All right.
Thanks
See
for
you later.
stopping by. It was good seeing you.
Have a good night, all.
I guess Jed's internet went out.
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
hadn't seen a message anywhere.
No,
Nah, that's Kansas for you, though.
But this carburetor I did really did come out nice.
Dennis, yeah, they did that. It was real easy. One carb to deal with. But they weren't concerned about maximum performance.
It really
That's
did
a
come
good
out
looking
nice.
car, bud.
I
I
got
guess
this
a
one.
lot of it would have to do with cylinder head flow, too, when picking a carburetor.
Dennis, they were performance carburetors, but you're supposed to run a pair of them. They're made to run on a tunnel ramp.
Yeah, they worked like
Yeah.
these 660s, didn't they?
Exactly.
Yeah.
In fact, those carburetors came in two CFMs, 450 and 660. I have a pair of the 660s sitting right there, and Brian's got a pair of the 660s right there with him, and Jed's got about 475,000 somewhere.
Well, you know, that's that same carburetor, that 660. He's running two of them on top of his in the Barracuda with the blower. I think he said the one reason he did that is because they don't have power valves in them, and a blower would just suck the power valve open all the time. But he could say, "There he is."
there he is.
What?
Did you have to feed your internet squirrels?
For some reason, Dad's internet was working. Mine died over here.
Huh?
I heard something about 660s.
Yeah.
You just have
We're
to change
talking
your potato out. It's fine.
Just saying that he's got. John said he's got a pair. I got a pair on this. You got like 800 of them. And I was saying,
Something like
and I
that.
was saying that that's what you got on top of that 440 with the blower.
Yeah, they don't have power valves, so you don't have to boost
Right.
reference them.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what Aaron says. He's got a pair of the 450s.
I don't like the 450s. Out. Yeah, never been a fan of the 450s because they're mechanical secondary without a secondary pump shot, so they're always going to be kind of a bog.
Yep.
I was
Heavy
mentioning
metering
that.
plate.
I was mentioning that last live you had with Andy that Holly actually did make a true tunnel ram carb, and that's the 6109 750s. Like 660s are tunnel ram carbs, but these were designed specifically for tunnel ram with smaller idle circuits and stuff. They're freaking cool.
I still want to check out those new Edelbrock carburetors.
I saw
really
one.
do.
I saw one in person at PRI. Those things are sharp. They look like they've really done their homework on that thing.
Didn't Shane say that they had that carburetor on a like a 600 horsepower mule motor, dyno motor?
Yeah.
Took the carburetor off and put it on a Suburban and just started driving it. Hardly had to do anything.
Yeah, he said that he was involved in designing that thing, and that the way it's made, all the circuits talk to each other. So they've fixed the problem with the Holly that will just pour fuel out the intermediate circuit. It sounds nice. I mean, I've not tried one or anything. I've only seen one on a display, but he was telling us all about them. I mean, they are really, really well thought out. The thing has 2 air bleeds at every corner, and they're jetted. I mean, you can really tune one of those things. So I'm
That's
curious.
what I would worry about is something that you can tune that much would, in my mind, would require a lot of tuning, and I don't have that knowledge. But from what he was saying, they really don't.
It's a tuner's carburetor. You can tune one. I mean, it looked
Yeah.
pretty neat. The booster design looks amazing. I think it's a really worthy design. That's what it looks like. So I'm curious to see people run them.
I think
no
what
idea what they
Edelbrock did was smart. They took all the technology, all the advancements that Holly's been ignoring, the stuff that
Yeah.
Barry Grant did, the things that like APD, all the AED, all those other fancy carburetor companies, and they packaged it in a nice package that's affordable for people because not everybody can just go buy an AED or a Pro System or any of those high dollar sons of bitches. The only thing I hate is they put their logo in bright red on the side, and I liked it better when it was ASCAST. I like that bright red logo.
Yeah.
Sandpaper.
The only thing,
It's like
only
the
thing-
dudes that color fill the slide on their pistol. I can't stand that.
Yeah.
That's just me.
the only thing I'd be worried about with just a carburetor that has so many things like that going on, and obviously this applies for really everything, but if you had a little bit of stuff go through the carburetor, a little bit of junk go through, a little bit of sediment, whatever, I feel like there's a whole lot more things that could potentially mess up on that as opposed to a standard. And that might be me being ignorant as not fully understanding them, but
Not really. I mean, I'm thinking if you have that problem on any of them, you're going to have to pull your metering plates off anyway, right?
yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think that's going to be too bad with them. But
Yeah, I'd like to have Shane on a live. I think he'd have fun in here. I need to send him
Yeah.
if he would. I know seems to be a smart son of a bitch.
he is. He's highly intelligent.
He
I'm
knows
doing
about
more
it, that's
stuff for
for sure.
Professor P soon.
You don't have a picture of Dennis's car on. Dennis, text me a picture of your car. Where's my phone at? Right here. I'll throw it up in Discord.
And then I'll throw it up.
Yeah. I thought I had a picture of his car on here. He's one I wish had a YouTube channel. I'd like to see him out there with no name.
Crash, I love the Street Demons. If you need a carburetor, you can let it bolt on and just basically almost forget about it instead of your idle. That's your carburetor. Is it a race carburetor, easily tunable? No. But typically, they work really good. And I'm not cutting my hair thicker with not having any.
Jed, why is a Demon carburetor so heavy? I've picked one up, but I've never looked at it to figure out why.
The early ones are heavy because they're made of a similar alloy that the old Holleys were, that zinc alloy. The new ones that Holley makes are made of aluminum. And the easiest way to tell the difference between an original Demon versus the Holley ones is the sight glasses. Holley's got the little C-clip, and the old ones have like a screwdriver head. I got one over there. But yeah, the originals are insanely heavy. You could kill someone with one of those.
Man, you pick that thing up. I mean, it feels like probably a 5-pound dumbbell.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous. You seriously think it's full of concrete?
Have you ever weighed a carburetor?
No, I've never weighed one.
I had that argument with a buddy of mine about, I was getting ready to ship some carbs, and we were talking about weights, and I had one of the Holley Ultra XPs, and they say they're some odd amount lighter, and I set it on my scale, and along with like an original Holley double pumper, and I think the weight difference was like what Holley said, like 4 or 5 pounds, but like an original double pumper, I think weighs like 11 pounds.
Really?
They're heavier than you think.
Yeah, I guess it is. I've never weighed one.
Don't quote me on that. I don't remember.
I've never weighed one. It may weigh that much. I don't know.
I don't have a scale. I just know this one's heavy as crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know when I had those
This
two
one's
demons on that, demons on that big block tunnel ram. Good Lord.
This actually is heavy. This is an older quick fuel.
Do you realize that every one of us has a carburetor in the same room? Has that ever happened on a live?
Yeah. This is one of the
And
earlier.
5 people on the
demons.
screen.
This live it does.
Wow.
This thing is very heavy. You would not want to throw this at someone to catch it.
This one's
I
actually
wouldn't mind trying the Demon carburetor on the Charger.
But the old Demons had the air bleed set
Oh,
inside.
that's a good picture, he said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna take a picture of us, Brian, each holding a carburetor and say no other live does this?
I have to go get my Barry Grant so I can be cool. I'm gonna get my Barry Grant.
I'll I'll have everybody make Jed bring out the airplane carburetor again. He hates because he's got to take it out of its platform.
You got to do the picture. Every single person on your live has their carburetor.
Jed's going to get one.
Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be funny. And you can use that for a thumbnail next time.
I got one.
Brian, get your carb so we can all have our
Mine's
picture.
on the car.
Well, then get out of the way.
Mine in the way? Mine in the way? Go like this. All right.
That's it. Now you got to crop that out. The timestamp is 2:35:21.
Throw that picture up in.
I don't know if I showed it, but the Holly performance on there is nice.
I figured you like Dennis's car.
I like it.
Or it's coming up.
Go ahead and get it going.
Yeah, that's perfect. You did exactly right.
Yeah.
And they were all
Sure.
Holly style carburetors, but there's
Yep.
like a few different brands actually.
Yeah,
And
The
they
Mary Grants.
that's it.
Quick fuel.
Sure.
now go back.
Like next.
Yeah, my quick fuel's not
And
as
then
cool
bring
as
it up.
Mary Grant.
There, NSB. That's Dennis's car right there.
Ooh, nice.
It looks like an easy 500 subs to me with making a little content with it.
I've got a video of it on my channel.
Hi, Roy.
The motor's pushed back a little bit. It almost looks like he's sitting in the back seat. And it has power windows.
All right, who's in the chat? Who's here in the lives playing with their carburetor? William turns off his mic so he can fondle his carb.
Butterflies are still sticking. I'm trying to get it to not stick.
So are mine. I don't know why.
Put a little bit on that spring, William. Put a little bit around each of the throttle shafts and work it a whole bunch, and then put some actually. You'll see where the throttle shaft meets the butterfly, and on the other side, lube all that up and then wipe all the excess off.
Full carpet and power windows. Cool.
Yeah, Dennis says full carpet, power windows.
Yeah.
Motor's back 10 inches in that?
Yeah, when it's almost like he's sitting in the back seat.
Can you put that back up on the screen?
Yeah.
Is it a small block or big block?
Big block, 383.
How is that? Did he cut the firewall? I didn't think there was 10 that you could go back with that thing.
Dennis, send me a picture of the engine bay.
Great day. That's a lot.
Yeah, mine's not sticking because of throttle shaft. I think it's because of my
Oh yeah, he's got the cowl all notched out. Yeah, look at that.
Oh yeah.
I think my accelerator pumps are sticking.
They're probably
Yeah,
shot.
man, he's all the way back up under that cow.
Because when I had it apart and had the bowls off it, it sprung back perfectly fine.
I didn't notice that at a casual glance.
Now here's a question, John, and I'd actually like to know how other people feel about it. If I did a couple videos on that car, could
See, but
he
that's
register under my channel, or would it have to be
that-
basically something built?
But
on
that's pushing it. I mean, and besides,
I know, that's why I'm asking.
yeah, he can do it. That car right there, he can make content. He can do it.
Oh, he could, yeah. I just don't think he has any desire to.
Well,
do a
I
YouTube
mean,
channel, so.
That's the
But
thing.
no, I completely understand.
Yeah, he should do it. He should get the subs. He's got enough to make content on if he built that car.
Oh shit! You should see
Yeah.
some of the other stuff he's doing.
What does that thing run?
I don't. He'll say. I'm not sure exactly. I know it used to run in the low tens. I know he is talking about building a stroker motor for it.
See right there, BNR was asking about a cage. That car runs in the low tens. If that car has the factory firewall and floors, factory steel firewall and floors, even that car doesn't have to have a cage.
Yeah, it has a cage.
It should. I would have a cage.
Yeah.
M22 at 132. Yeah. NSB's got
Cold, Dennis
ooh,
out.
that'd be a good one right there, Dennis. Yeah, buddy. Lee with the Lenco dart. That'd be a good pairing. 638, 137, 60 foot. Yeah, buddy.
You gotta make a channel now, Dennis.
Dennis, you should. You really should. You've got all the help in the world in the no
You
name
guys
500.
have no idea the shit that he has worked on. If he would just flip his phone out and make a video.
I'm telling you, he would get his
He's
son.
working on right on the other side of my shop over here. He's
Yeah.
working on my buddy's 370, 340, 3-speed dart.
Dennis,
He's
they're already trying to
working on that.
they're already trying to subscribe to you. Look at that. I'm gonna
Now,
subscribe to you
now,
right
if you
now.
got 500 subs and didn't even put out a video,
I'm gonna subscribe to him right now.
Dennis, look at me. I am not good at video stuff. I just had too many people tell me to make a channel.
Hey, Peckerwood Customs, could you put up the link to Dennis's channel in here?
Hey, Roy's in here.
No, do a channel. Don't even show your face. Just
Dennis,
show
you don't have to be good at video stuff. You just have to do it.
I mean, look at my videos. I'm sorry. I'm not too good at videos.
Hey, Roy.
Ah, Roy.
Ryan, Dennis said send a video.
Oh, he sent a video?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have to pee here in a second. I don't know how that would work now.
Hey.
Dennis,
Doc-
we can
Doc
help
says-
you.
Don said Dennis is going to no name. He just doesn't know yet.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think.
He just learned. He just figured out how to be able to talk in chat. He used to send me, like, we'd be talking about something, and he'd be sending me text answering questions. Oh, how can we do this?
Nothing to it but to do it.
Come on, save that.
Let's see. Save it. Send it to my Facebook.
If I could save it. Here we go. Oh, how about share? Look at me, 50-year-old man trying to work technology. Well, here, let's try this.
Were you gonna play right from your phone?
No. Let's see what happens. If it'll come up on there and see if you can do something with it from there.
Hey,
Do something with it from there. Sorry, guys. Okay. What were we talking about? Actually, I got to pee, so yeah, talk amongst yourself. We'll be right back. Or just listen to the spooky ass.
Well, Ryan, can you look less constipated?
What?
You look constipated. You look like you're trying not to fart.
No.
You do. You have that face. Like you're at a funeral and you're holding that shit in.
I'm eating something.
Everybody knows that face because everybody's made that face. Nobody wants to fart at the funeral because you know that thing's gonna echo off the walls. Just saying. Awkward silence.
You know what Ryan looks like right now, right?
Unabomber?
You seen that movie Paddington?
That's great.
I mean, you got the red hat, you got the jacket.
No. All right. We're ready to share his video.
Okay. You might not be able to hear it, would be the only problem.
Well,
Yeah, now you got to go and play it.
I got it muted. You want me to unmute it?
Yeah, unmute it, see if it works. You probably hear it through our speakers.
Did you film that with an Etch-a-Sketch?
See, I guess that's why he says he's not good with filming.
I want
We'd
to
have
watch.
to,
Oh
you'd have
man,
to-
that thing is really set back.
you'd have
Wow.
to send that through email to get that to play good.
Look at that.
Wow,
How cool.
nice.
That's cool, man. That's really cool.
Hell, he could do a bit. He could do a channel just on racing videos.
Absolutely. That's really cool. Post that. Make a short of that.
Oh, Jed, when is MoCan again?
April 29th.
April 29th, Dennis. MoCan Dragway.
Thank you, Sherry.
You're welcome, Jed.
I'm bad with dates. Dates and names.
I haven't filled out my whiteboard for my events yet.
Yeah, you guys, everybody needs to,
What
everybody
does that
needs,
mean, Dennis? What is 383 440 crank? Is it a 426 low deck stroker? What does that mean?
yeah, 383, 440 crank, 13-to-1 compression. He runs alcohol.
So it's a 426 with a low deck stroker.
It's a drunk motor.
Yeah.
That's a complicated 426 wedge.
It is.
Yeah, he actually needs to make a channel that he can come in here on the lives and I wouldn't be the oldest one. I mean, come on, guys. He's retired. He's got all the time in the world to make videos.
My guest in 2 weeks is 76. And I might have a guest who's 87 this spring.
Who's that?
You'll have to see.
Need to get once I get this running and do a video of it, you need to get Steve Mags back on so you can see it running.
So you can say your car sounds cool. Max
Yeah,
can say your car sounds
yeah.
this cool, Meg. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Southern Juju is somebody I met down in I think it was I forget what it was, Sardis or Senatobia or something like that, at a car show before No Name.
Here's something I was wanting to ask you, John. Could I use that little clip of him saying my car's cool at the end of a video? Do you think
Yeah,
he'd get upset about that, or anybody? I know it's yours. I know you. It was off of your live.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Good.
That's fine.
I got to pick the right video to do it now. We need a cat out here. We got too many mice.
Why? Just because I took a food bag outside?
Yeah, or maybe if we didn't leave fast food bags around the shop, we probably wouldn't have mice.
No, we can borrow a cat.
Borrow a cat?
Yes, from the
who?
house.
No, that cat wouldn't do good out in the wild.
No, just lock her in here.
Dennis, if it's a 437, what bore is that? That's like a 4.30 or that's an odd cubic inch to get from that.
See,
60
Dennis,
over.
now you just need to be on the lives.
That'd be
Stock
60
rate
over,
is
I would
4
imagine.
quarter.
Yeah, but it's close because 70 over is the same bore as a 440. So it's either it's 50 or 60. It's a weird size.
Thank you, Dennis. Yeah, I mean, if you take 426 and it's roughly 5 cubic inches for every 30 over you go.
Yeah, 60 puts it at I think
Over
435.
bore 383 is what he's saying.
Yeah, 60.
One eyed cat says he's got 2 cats.
Yeah, but he's in
UPS?
Pennsylvania.
He says UPS, okay?
4310 as a bore.
Yeah, 4.31.
Yeah, he's a little over 437, 689. That's cool.
Dennis, if you wanted to do this, just get in touch with me. I can help you make a few videos, throw them out there. I think people would like to see that.
It's a cool car.
Mm-hmm.
I dig it.
The problem is I've found you don't get as many views. Like if I did a video on his car, it would not get as many views on my channel as if I did a video on my car. People watch my channel for my car.
No, but the thing is, Dennis, the only problem is you just got to start and do it. That's really it.
You
gotta
got an
start
iPhone,
and
just
do it.
bam.
Hey, make a video calling out Lee from NSB Customs. Have somebody film for you, and you stand in front of your car. You call out Lee, you put that out, and you watch how many subs that gets you.
Do it in long form. Don't do it as a short.
Yeah, I'd do that one in long form, yeah.
I do all videos in long form because I don't like shorts.
I think I'm going to
Shorts
make
have
a
their
few
place if
short.
you're just trying to get subs.
Yeah,
I like long form better, but shorts have their place if you're trying to get subs.
Yeah, it's just not building off of anything for long form content is all.
that's the problem I'm seeing. If you have a channel that's built on shorts, when you do put out a long form video, it doesn't get any views because you picked up subs that like to watch shorts. Which I don't see anything wrong with that, and plus they're going to start monetizing shorts, so there's going to be channels out there that are all just shorts.
Yeah, if you can get
Okay.
10 million views in 90 days somehow.
It's
thing is,
nothing
though-
taking the quality down.
Yeah, it does take the quality down, but 10 million views in 90 days sounds like a lot, but some of these people who make these shorts get so many views on them that's not that hard to get.
NSB's right. One burnout video in that car is worth a whole lot. I'm telling you.
You know what?
He has got so many cars that
We
he's
could
working
put the
on and has
burnout-
worked
We
on.
can put the burnout video that Dennis did in here,
No, that's my video.
but he was driving it.
Doesn't matter, it's my video. That video, surprisingly, never did good on views. He was in the first start video of that Roadrunner that did.
Yeah.
I had like 200 subs and that video did like almost 2,000 views now.
Well, I guess I might have just bought another 650.
What's weird though is like my do you guys remember the video I did on the super stock springs where I really had no idea what I was talking about, but just doing my observation on the springs? There's not a week goes by that I don't get at least 5 views on that video, and that video was 9 months ago. I get almost a view a day, at least 1 view a day on that video, and I don't understand why.
I got a few videos that still keep on growing, but
I mean, it's not like super growth, you know. I'm not, you know, Dylan the Fool or anything, but still.
Most of the time, after a while, it does taper off severely, but there are a few videos once in a while that hang around for a little while.
Well, and since No Name, I posted a short right at, I think it was during No Name or right after. It was a short I posted with the clip of the burnout I did, put to Freebird. It has 5,000 views.
Yeah.
And it's been going up.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I saw that one.
I'm probably gonna film a short tomorrow, like on the engine or something. Just do a 1 minute walk around here. Look, here's what I'm running. You know, I'll probably do a few shorts just to get up to my 1,000 subs. I need 240 something subs to get 500 or to get 1,000.
I'm just at the watch hours. I'm 30 watch hours away.
See, I just about got my watch hours. This live will probably put me over my 4,000 watch hours. Lives are really good for watch hours, or somebody's getting to where they need them. If you could do a live, get a few people on, it's not hard.
Yeah, if you get 10 people to watch for 3 hours, that's 30 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, we're talking about there. You guys were talking about that on Art, no? Yeah, on Arts, Dr. Arts Live. Shorts are good for subs. Now, if you want to get subs, though, like for No Name Nationals, if you want to get subs, find somebody who does a live, come on their live like this, and be entertaining, and you will get subs that way too. You can't just come on the live and sit and stare into space and let everybody else talk. But if you engage in the conversation and have fun, then you'll pick up subs that way too.
Yeah. I mean, here's my deal. If somebody comes on one of my lives and I don't know them, and they're randomly advocating, oh yeah, come check out this, that, whatever, come subscribe to it. I'm not about that. I don't know them. I don't have any thought process of, yeah, I'm helping support a guy that I know that's good, or maybe this guy just screws around and never does anything. I don't know. If you want to advocate for subs on my channel, on my lives, on my whatever, okay, within reason.
Well, but that's kind of the thing. When it first started, there was a lot of people who weren't used to doing lives. I had it. There was people that would come. I'm like, yeah, come on. You want to promote your channel? And they'd come on the live, and they weren't used to doing lives, and they were like deer to headlights, you know.
Well, I'm not
but
gonna.
People get comfortable, and you know.
Yeah,
like anything else, it's like making YouTube videos. Doing lives, you got to get comfortable with.
And
I firmly believe. Oh, go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, just be quick. It's different for everybody, but the best way I could put it, I'm not treating this like Halloween, where everybody that comes to my door, I'm handing out candy for free for nothing. I'm not just handing out, and I don't. Just my opinion. I don't think anybody should. People should earn it. If you want to share in the community, you want to do things in the community.
Well, that's the thing too, though.
Yeah, that's cool. But Don't
I
just,
guarantee
have
there was
2
some
videos
people,
on your channel and expect to get 500 subs.
but I guarantee there was people last year during all this, during No Name Nationals and everybody trying to get subs that they did not have good content, and they just, people would sub to them, but then they'd go back and start to watch. It's like, oh, I don't like that. It's gonna happen.
Well, I firmly believe that being a guy who's built his channel and stuff, that everybody should, they need to earn their 500. It's one thing to go be friends with people and help each other. That's what we do with our community here.
I agree with that.
Helping each other. But you have to make content. You can't just leech off a community. You have to make your own content.
I don't
you have
think
to face it that YouTube just isn't for everybody. I mean, there's that true fact. If you want to come to this event, you have to be a content creator, which means you have to put forth the effort, or it's a slap in the face to people who did put forth the effort if you just sat there and begged and begged and begged and got your 500.
So the bar is really, really reasonable, don't you think? Even 500 really reasonable. And I don't even tell people, hey, go subscribe to this channel. I never say that. If you notice, I always say, check out their channel. If they earn your sub, subscribe. Check them out. I never tell people they have to subscribe to anybody.
I'm not going after
exposure. I won't give them subs.
Yeah, I'm not going after anybody in particular. It's just the fact that I think.
I don't think there's anybody that made it though. I can't think of anybody that actually made the 500 that didn't put out content.
Yeah, there was one that leaned way too heavily on shout outs. And that kind of stuff is the stuff that says that's why we would need to raise it. But if people are just going to game it, that's part of the problem. What we need to have is people engaging in the community. They have to give up a little bit of their anonymity, which increases their accountability, and engage in the community. That's the entire point of it. The point isn't a sub number. The point is the kind of people that we want to share the event with. That's the whole point. Yeah. And 500 subs is about the simplest metric that we can reasonably do that's publicly available on people's channels. That's
I completely agree. I
that's
completely
all
agree
it
with
is.
John. It does. Go ahead, John.
See, okay, so Jed was a no-name 500 guy back in the Stone Age, and we don't hold that against him. I mean, he's made that same investment. I mean, nobody's asking for anything we haven't already done. Some of us just did it a lot longer ago. I remember when Andy and I were no-name 500 guys, so to speak, and Joe and Blake and all of these guys, right? All of us were no-name 500 guys at one time. So we're not asking you to do anything we didn't already do. So you can't say it's easy for us to say, because no, we remember that struggle too. But the thing is, we didn't have all that weight behind us to help. When Jed got his 500, there was no name 500 pushing people back then. Jed had to do it the hard way, and I had to do it the hard way.
I feel like everybody needs to know that grind, that 500 into that 1,000 is a legit grind, and that will show you whether or not this is something you want to do. And No Name Nationals to me is a content creator race. It's what's always been billed as.
Yes.
So the people there should be content creators, not, if the community is sharing the same 500 subscribers or so, and there's maybe like a handful of wild cards, nobody's going to benefit from it. So everybody needs to sit there and try and make their own content and grow their own little communities, because if Brian had 20,000 and I had 20,000 and they were the same exact 20,000 people, we would gain nothing from doing a collaboration. Whereas when my channel was small and Chris Birdsong's channel were small, his viewers were completely different than mine. So when we did a collab, we both benefited from it. And that's what a collaboration's all about. That's how you grow the channel.
The thing is though, and I noticed it, there's not, because there were people saying, well, all you guys are doing is just sharing subs.
Okay.
There's not 500 people sharing subs. You still have to get quite a bit.
So here's the thing. If all it was networking back and forth, a closed system with no new subs, which it's not, but even that would result in better community. But the way we know it's not is because we had 65 guys in the No Name 500 last year, and the subs were all over the place. So if it really was that closed a system, it would have been a whole lot more uniform. But it wasn't, because some of them finished with over 3,000 subs, and some of them finished with fewer than 100. So if it was a closed system, it would never have been that well distributed. That's one. But no, it comes from everywhere. So what I would say is try it. If you find that, so everybody belongs to No Name Nationals. Here's the difference. If you find that it grinds you down, you belong there as a spectator. If you find that it polishes you up, you belong there as a participant.
Yeah, that's true.
It's as simple as that.
And it kind of weeded itself out to where the people who should have just showed up as spectators, they were weeded out with this.
And that's okay. That's fine. Look, like I said, everybody belongs there. The difference is whether or not you genuinely can make it as a content creator, and there's nothing wrong with that. Be a spectator. Be a spectator or be a participant. That's just how it works.
And that's like I saw when you did the announcement video, there was one or two people saying, well, just by having 500 subs, you're limiting it to a lot of people who could bring cool cars. Well, it's not.
I'm okay with that.
Those people can go to any event in the damn country.
So, okay, there's a million events out there, and there can't be one event that's not for those people. What's with that?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
You know?
Why can there not be one event that's not for that? Now, there's a million events that aren't for me.
It's somewhat exclusive.
Hey, every event on NHRA's calendar is not for me.
Yeah.
Why can't there be one event on AHRA's that's not for them? Every event on NHRA's is not for any of us.
That's like if I wanted somebody wanted to bring a Chevy to Mopar.
Yeah. Or that'd be like me wanting to go to.
Didn't hear me complain about that. That's exactly right. Why is Mopar? Well, look at all the good Chevys you're not letting in. It's exactly right, Brian. That's exactly right.
That's like me getting pissed not being able to run my stock 2006 Magnum at Funny Car Chaos at Mocan.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly right. There's all kinds of exclusive events. The IVWA runs Volkswagens at Farmington twice a year. I don't hear anybody belly aching because they can't take their Mustang. But you know what? They can drive their Mustang and they can go as a spectator and have a grand old time, right? Mm-hmm. What is it with that? It's no different.
I honestly, to be 100% honest, I don't know if I took the racing too serious. Because I've said it, and these guys can attest because I've said it in private to all of them. I only plan on making like one or two runs. I'm not, because I want to have fun the whole weekend. I don't want to be worried about, it's just like.
Check this out. But check this out. The No Name Nationals is even less exclusive than that. Because that Mustang will never be a Volkswagen. That spectator could one day be a content creator. So it's actually less exclusive than the events that limit people. So I don't put any stock in that argument at all, that thing of keeping people out. No, they're keeping themselves out. That's fine with me.
It's like One-Eyed Cat, Don English. He came as a spectator last week.
Perfect example.
And he's making a channel, and he's even said that about his channel. Because some of the stuff people are like, well, that's not a car channel. He didn't make a car channel. He made a Don English channel.
By the way, I never said, and people have assumed this, I never said that your channel has to be an automotive channel. There's an awful lot of channels that have all kinds of subs. I mean, there are people that have a lot of car stuff on their channels that aren't automotive channels.
Well, I mean, I guess it's kind of, like you say, it's not exclusive to car channels, but I guess a lot of people probably assume that, or at least break that down, because
I never said that.
Well, but that's the whole thing. If you got one of these beauty channels out there, they don't want to go to a car event, and if they do, All right, I don't give a shit. You got a cool
Hey, if you
car.
think about it, there's a lot of car channels that really shouldn't qualify as car channels, but they're eligible too.
Oh, Dennis, I want to. You said something earlier. You said that all you have is a phone. You don't have a PC at home. There are plenty of people who do all of their whole channel on a phone. They edit on the phone. They do everything
on the phone.
William edits on his phone. I don't.
I take videos from my GoPro, put them on my phone, and then edit my videos. I'm on my phone.
Andy Wood built 25,000 subscribers, and he does everything on a phone. You don't need anything but a phone.
There's one of the big car channels out there.
How about tractors?
Old Man's Garage.
Dennis says, how about tractors?
Put tractors on your channel. Just make a channel.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
I know
A lot of
Jed
people
would
like
love to see tractors. Jed's dad would sub to you probably tomorrow if you started doing tractors.
Jason says Rapid Transit, 100% of his channel's done with Samsung Galaxy. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Brian, depends on the tractor brand. Has to be Alice Chalmers.
Yeah. Your dad is kind of a tractor snob sometimes, just like we're Mopar snobs. But no, there's a guy out there, Old Man's Garage. He's got like 250,000 subs. He makes his living on YouTube. Everything is done on his phone. Everything, every bit of it is done on his phone.
By the way, Irish says he put his dog on his channel. I love that video. If you haven't seen it, Irish Outlaw's blue heeler named Dixie Lee is on his channel. I think that's really cool. Yeah, dogs get, and I'm dead serious. If my dog had a YouTube channel, he would pass me in subs in a month because he is way more popular than I am.
I was looking back on my channel history to see about when I was around 500 subs. And March of 2014, I had over 300. Don't know the exact number, but I had made a post on my Facebook that I had over 300 subs. That was in 2014.
Where can you see that? Is that in analytics or something?
No, this is on my Facebook. I was talking about one of my videos.
Oh, is that one that you did for that guy, Dennis? That one you restored?
Ah,
Ooh, nice.
wrong team. He's been Alice.
You're wrong team. He's on the green team. He needs to be on the orange team, right, Jed?
Yep. Alice Chalmers is the only way to go for tractors.
Sure.
Or McCormick Deering. I'll forgive McCormick Deering.
Yeah, put it up there so you can share it.
Well, Dennis
Otherwise,
had 2 subscribers.
otherwise
He
it's
now
just
has
like
3.
a few of us.
Dennis now has 3 subscribers. 497 to go, man. And they'll
Share
come
screen.
quick.
4. I'll subscribe to you, Dennis, just because Ryan's friend and I like your car.
You met Dennis.
Yes.
When you came up here for the one.
Oh, it's a 3310. Oh, nice.
I'm
Ooh,
telling
wow.
you, Dennis,
Look at that.
you do a lot of interesting shit.
I'd like to see a video on that, actually. That's wild.
Uh-huh. I'd love to see a video on
You do
that.
a lot of interesting
Yeah.
shit. Well, he's working on a 55 Chevy right now too.
Chevys and tractors. I mean, that's a whole channel by itself.
If you could talk Mark into LS swapping that 55 Chevy, you probably have more subs than all of us combined.
Don't do that.
No, I wouldn't do it either.
Hey, I got one. The guy who bought the Pro Stock, he, which by the way, it's sold. He's ripping a 1,200 horsepower big block Chevy out of his 56 Chevy to put my Hemi in it. He doesn't care what the Hemi makes for power. He just wants a Hemi. Just figured I'd throw that out there.
Wow.
Come on.
Well, Dennis, I'll help you out all I can with it. You've been called out.
You've already got to call out 4 subs and you haven't even registered yet.
You gotta start putting out content.
Hey, Southern Juju, any tips for guys just starting on YouTube? So first of all, there's lots of content creators in these lives. You can ask that, but we're going to have content creator workshops coming up here pretty soon every month on my channel. And you never know, you might see some of these guys in the comments or on screen. And those content creator workshops are really helpful. I have some of our fellow content creators joining me, and we talk all about how to get started and get those subs. You never know. You might see Jet. You might see Jet on a content creator workshop. Or you might see any of these guys. You never know.
I will tell you the one, if you are literally just starting or just thinking about starting a YouTube channel, the hardest thing to do is to shoot your first video. That is the absolute hardest thing to do, is to shoot your first video, because you think it's got to be like something that's going to blow people away. Just make your first video, put it out there, and get better, and just keep trying to do better.
Getting comfortable with hearing your own voice in video.
You'll never be comfortable with that.
Me neither.
Good videos only follow bad videos. So if you're not willing to get out and make a few bad ones first, you're never going to make any good ones. So don't worry about it. Everybody's first videos suck. Just get out and make them.
All my videos.
Great.
Yeah.
Hey, John.
There's a lot of tips that we could give right now, but it's just one thing I tell people when they say that they're wanting to start a YouTube channel. I tell them, do it because you want to. Don't do it for attention. Don't do it for money. Don't do it for anything else other than you want to do it.
Oh, goddamn, don't do it for money.
No, people want to know how much you make off YouTube. It goes against the policy, but I'll happily show you what I make month to month, and you'll see that YouTube is not going to make you rich. So if you want to do YouTube to make a bunch of money, you want to be Cletus McFarland, good luck.
You have to have millions of views on every single video to make a living off of YouTube.
And that's the other thing people don't think about. Your subscriber count doesn't matter if they don't watch the videos. Your view count and view duration is what matters for channel.
Money.
So, John, I just had a quick.
There may be a lot more YouTube millionaires come out if they start monetizing shorts, because like I said, there's a lot of, and maybe not car stuff. I don't see a lot of car people getting a whole bunch of views on shorts, but if you watch some of the other stuff that's out there,
but it'll dilute the pool is the problem. So what they'll do is you got to understand, there's only so much ad money out there. What they're going to do is it's going to take away from people making quality and funnel it to people making crap.
Yeah,
that's exactly what's going to happen.
I've never been in this for money.
I just got a real quick question about
What's that?
No Name that just came to mind. And maybe you have an answer, maybe you don't. But so we're talking about Thursday being kind of a everybody get together and set up and tech day.
Yeah.
Is anybody going to be there Wednesday at all? Like, are people potentially going to show up Wednesday and camp the night?
There's people talking about it.
I've got to ask Dallas when we can open the gates, but we're going to have to be working. I'm going to be working all day Wednesday, so we got to be able to get our work done.
You know,
that's the thing, John. You're going to have people. Oh, go ahead, Ryan. I'm sorry.
I was just saying for people that are traveling longer distance, if they have they can drop their car and trailer or whatever Wednesday afternoon, evening, or spend the night Wednesday. That might be nice.
I'm going to put that on my list because, in fact, let me get that on my list because that's important.
I was just curious about that because I know.
Yeah, we'll get you something on that because we got to figure that out.
I think that's something you're going to learn, John. If you say, okay, well, we're going to let people show up on Wednesday, people are going to want to show up on Tuesday. You know what I mean? It's just, oh my God.
At some point, we will just keep the gates locked because we can't have people coming a week before. We got to get set up.
You just need to draw a line in the sand somewhere saying,
Yeah.
okay, nobody comes before 2 p.m. on Tuesday or something. I mean, Wednesday.
We tried to do that last year. It didn't work. So we'll have. We got
Well,
to get
Al
everything.
showed up on Wednesday, didn't he? Didn't Al show up on Wednesday?
Al was there to work. Al helped us
Yeah.
set up.
And then me and Bigfoot were like the third and fourth people.
You guys were crazy early.
Brad from Poor Boys beat us, and Al beat us. But other than that, nobody else that was there to do
I
stuff.
didn't know if Brad did or not. I thought maybe y'all might have. I knew Al was there first.
I think we were there before Brad. I might have been wrong about that.
There's a guy who has a shop right around the corner from that track. His name is Possum, and Possum's friend has a Chevelle that runs 540 in the 8th, and they street drive it everywhere. He's driven that car as far as Chicago, but he's not a content creator,
Yeah.
and there's no cage in it.
Oh, there's no cage in it.
There's no cage in it.
I don't know. It's just it just sounds messed up to me. That they're like, well, let somebody in. No.
Oh, there's a million events for everybody.
Can anybody answer that for Roy?
They all want participation trophies.
Has anyone had experience with composite leaf springs?
That scares me.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I have no idea.
I've heard people talk about them, but that idea just scares the piss out of me.
I could see that for a very light car, maybe, but something like a heavy muscle car.
Well, they make them, you
No.
know. I just don't have any experience with them. They make them and sell them.
I hear composite. I think launch and brake.
I think of a recurve bow. Not a recurve bow. I think of a compound bow.
Yeah. I can see that.
Oh, how long have we been on? 3 hours?
Yeah.
3
Yeah,
hours,
I'm
22
gonna-
minutes.
I need to bolt.
Yeah, I think I'm going to end it. It was a good live.
No weirdo.
Glad I like talking about No Name National stuff. I've been all about this event since before it was announced.
Last year.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. I've said it before. There's a lot of people who talked about doing it, but John's the one that actually stepped up and did it.
Brian's known about it since 2021.
Yeah. I knew a year, well, we're almost right at a year before it happened. I remember you were talking about it on one of the lives that I did way back
Oh,
then.
yeah. I leaked it out to a little focus group first.
All righty, guys. Thanks for showing up. Dennis, get in touch with me. I think we ought to make it to middle.
Look at that. Astrovan had him. I didn't know that. Huh.
Yeah, Corvettes used them too. Well, we're out of here. Thanks everybody for showing up. Everybody in chat. My friends here on screen with me. And honey, that means I'm shutting it down. All right, we'll see y'all later.
Been
Yeah.
fun. Thanks.
See ya.